You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
Hello!
Wow, yeah.
Someone's excited to see us.
It's me.
I like that good Dave energy.
It's me.
That Dave-ergy.
Yeah, boys. We're back.
In
And we get to do our own
form.
thing. We don't have to be beholden to anything. It is refreshing.
We're back. On the material plane. In POG form, as he had said. And it's Thursday, and you know what that means. Time to get crunk. Time to get crunk on this Coke Zero, boys.
Careful now.
And me
Slow
on my
down.
blood orange, caffeine-free, zero sugar seltzer water.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've
That's
got,
the shit clowns shooting people's faces out of a bottle, isn't it?
hang on, boys. We haven't talked about my drinks.
What you got?
Water and coffee.
Water and
Hell
coffee.
yeah.
Water and coffee. Hell yeah.
Shit we give out free at the hospital.
Shit, you got that good hospital coffee,
Oh,
dog?
yeah. Nah, man, I'll be rocking that 5-star Food Mart coffee.
Oh, shit.
Comes out of a machine and everything.
Liquid concentrate.
With a touch screen on it.
Whoa.
No. They grind the beans now.
Do they?
It's all
okay.
in the thing.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah.
that liquid concentrate
I've been known
coffee
to
is
grind
hot
the beans
garbage.
as well, you know.
Well, boys, since we had a quick turnaround, we're just today's a funsies, whatever we feel like doing episode. But since we recorded on Monday, what you guys been up to? Anything?
Little
Pretty
little
good?
bit, not a lot,
bit?
not as much as last time. I do have a House of the Dragon update.
Yeah.
Still sucks.
Yeah.
Hanging in there with the House of the Dragon.
I
huh?
am. I'm going to get
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I'm going to because it's easy to, make fun of it if I know what I'm making fun
Does
of.
it have it? Okay, can we play the Beloved Adam game? Can you name 3 good things about it?
Dragons.
Okay, right. I forgot about that.
Season 2 actually changed the intro sequence to something more original. Like season 1's intro sequence was basically a do-over of the fucking epic intro sequence from Game of Thrones.
Like when a cartoon takes a theme and then changes it slightly, like the Jeopardy theme.
But they changed it in season 2, and it's considerably different, and it's really neat. So that's a thing.
Okay, that's good. That's 2
And
things.
The third thing is a lot of the women in the show are pretty.
That's what I was really. That's the
you
nugget
like
I was digging
blondes? You got
for.
a thing for blondes? Platinum
They're
blondes?
everywhere. They're everywhere. This season has started off a little bit better, I guess. I don't see it. The problem with this one is they spent all of season 1 trying to somewhat emulate Game of Thrones, and the cast is kind of weak, and they aren't. I don't know. It feels just plugged in and not really well thought out. But season 2, it's starting to pick up a little steam, but it's still kind of uninteresting. There have been a few plot points where I've been, oh, that's interesting, and then after that, it's just been kind of flat. Really, it's not great. We'll see. It could get better, but at this rate, I'm feeling like it probably won't. But I'll keep you posted. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there hating on me right now for what I'm saying, but
Yeah, fuck that guy and his dragon
that
His,
guy.
television
his
show.
opinions. His opinion's
Podcast.
not my opinion. Boo.
This podcaster.
Boo
we
this man.
We at TADPOG do not endorse the views of Wizened Sage Ian. Been watching a shit ton of Price is Right clips. on
Hell
TikTok.
yeah!
All right.
Classic.
My
Bob Barker,
my
yeah.
TikTok feed is suddenly awash with old showcase showdowns, and there's this one.
Well, how did it get to this?
I don't know. 'Cause they're from like 1973 and 1986. I mean, they're all over the fucking place, and I cannot help but watch every single one of them that comes across. Because it's like old school Bob Barker, I mean, I know the show hasn't.
What color's his hair?
It varies.
Yeah. Okay.
Back in 1973, it was a nice dark brown.
Because I assumed at one point in history, his hair wasn't white. But as far back as I can remember as a child, it is Ted Danson white, which is an official color you can get at Sherman-Williams.
I can remember a lot of these. Of this era from like the late 70s onward, because as we mentioned several times, that was the stay home sick from school to watch show.
Also, when I was 6, it's like I know I like boobies, but I don't get an opportunity to see them like jiggle. I don't get to see the physics a lot.
Yeah.
But on Price is Right, guaranteed to see at least one.
There's some boob jiggle.
One set.
There is some boob jiggle. So that's been fun. That makes me happy. That brings me joy. And then guess where I'm going tomorrow? Tomorrow night.
Are going to the moon with John Turley.
Correct. I'm going.
You're going to find the Nazi base on the dark side of the moon.
Wolverine and Deadpool.
No, I wish.
No?
Blow it up.
I want to go see Wolverine and Deadpool this weekend.
Me
but
too.
Tanya doesn't like going to the movies, and that's one I think she wants to see with me. I may end up having to watch it later once it gets released on something, but we'll see. I don't know. John wants me to go with him to see it. And
Mr. Bay will have an exclusive copy day one.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It'll be perfectly high def and still and not like shaky in any way. No, I'm actually against my better judgment, but for the sake of my family, going to the McCracken County Fair.
Oh no!
Again.
Oh no!
This time
Ready to
better.
waste $20?
This time better prepared.
Have you been outside recently?
I don't want to. This is why I don't want to go, mainly because it's so fucking hot and disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, so the fair has already come and gone once this year. Like several weeks ago, it was at Carson Park.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, the city has a contract with a different company now, and they've come. So they've started this month as well.
There's some carny out there who has blackmail photos.
Right.
Some public officials.
Maybe. But this is a different. It's the same kind of thing, but it's different rides and stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
That it's
I drove
different.
past there and saw that the rides are different. They look a little bit more up to date, and there's a little bit more, I think, rides for everyone. They're kind of exciting, but not like destructively so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
also like bolts flying off.
Yeah. And then also apparently all the proceeds from this fair are going to children's charities.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So I'm gonna go, and it's like $5 to get in, and
that's pretty inexpensive.
I'm gonna go and just go and let Gage and them do the rides and the tickets and the bracelets and all that shit. Cohen wants to go, so I'm going.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't go.
Where did you say this
It's
one
in
is?
Carson Park.
Carson Park. Okay.
So if you're listening to this and you want to time travel back a few days, drop on in, especially if you live in the Pacific Northwest. Come on, drop in real quick to Paducah.
Let me just say, the fair in Carson Park, worth the time travel and worth the flight.
Absolutely.
The airfare from the Pacific Northwest.
100%. It's an event. It's an epic
Get yourself an elephant ear.
Whatever you
funnel
want
cake,
is,
I believe they call
is
it here.
fried. We have all the fried things.
Oreos,
Twinkies. You know, the funnel cakes, as you mentioned.
fries, of course, corn dogs.
Fries and corn dogs, all fried. The hot dogs are usually boiled, but they're made in the same booth as fried things, so they'll still pick up all that nice grease from the air when they get taken out of the hot. The grease in the air will stick to the wet hot dog. So that you get plenty of grease.
I know
greasy
that's like.
goodness.
Yeah.
And also I mentioned, I got to go. I went for work to the place where they make the things that the trailers that they use to
Yeah.
make the hot dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fun. We're going to the fair. We're
That is
going to
fun.
the fair. And
I love it.
I'm going to the fair and not to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm hoping to see. I have plans to see that this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go too. I could probably talk Tanya into letting me go. Not letting me, but I could talk her into, being cool with me going. It wouldn't take much. But she's just, her health isn't great, and she's just not going to go to the theater.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want to sit in the theater, and because she gets cold and then bundles up and then falls asleep, and it doesn't matter what movie it is, she will sleep.
Look, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's super fun to sleep through a movie.
I get it.
That's not a joke. I mean, I think
I get it.
It's weird, but sometimes it is nice to be like, anytime I fall asleep watching a movie in a movie theater, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. And maybe it's because I paid money to do it. And so it's
Maybe.
like psychologically, my brain's like, dude, you had really good sleep. Don't worry. Don't
It
even,
was worth it.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. That was a good $8 sleep.
They're probably pumping oxygen into the theater, and it gets you that real good oxygenated sleep.
Yeah, something like that. It is nice and cold in there. I do like
is.
that.
I do too. I love it.
Yeah, I had a wife related incident with Deadpool, the Deadpool movie as well.
Uh-huh.
Nikki and I had plans to go see it because when I showed her the trailer and I was like, I just sent her I just sent it to her in a text. I do that all the time.
Me too.
I assume that's what pretty much everyone
We
does.
do that too.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Share trailers.
I just send shit without like no context or anything.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
just-
no. I'm not going to waste time on conversation.
That's how you know that I feel comfortable with
Exactly.
you is when I just send shit out of the blue without any context.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So she said that looks pretty good, and I was like, "Do you want to go see it when it comes out?" And she said yes. And then, so as you know, the movie's coming out soon, and I was like, "Hey, do you still want to go see Deadpool?" And she said yes. I said, "All right, great. Let's go see it. Maybe on Saturday." And she said, "Great." We watched Henry has a friend, and we watched his friend while his parents went to see a movie last week. So I was like, let's hit them up and be like, payback. It's payback time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They saw Twisters. They said it was okay. I don't know.
I have heard.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, but my
on-
neighbors
I
say
haven't, and I won't.
It's on at the Calvert Drive-In right now, and
That's got to be a scary place.
that would
to
be a
watch it.
scary place to watch Twisters.
That might be the place to watch
There's a
it.
scene in the first Twister movie that literally everyone dies while they're at a drive-in.
Yeah,
Not dies, but comes real good.
Might as well.
Close to dying.
that would be
There's a great scene when the Twister busts through the screen during the scene in The Shining where Jack is busting the door open with the hatchet.
Yeah,
It was really effective.
All right,
really
cool.
good shit. But the Twisters, I just assume there's just more tornadoes.
there's one extra tornado. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
So we were going to set this up, right? And go see the movie. All set, all good. And then Dennis texted me. He was like, "Hey, dude, do you want to go see Deadpool?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do.
Even more now.
I do. I do really want to go see Deadpool." So I had to be like, "Hey, Nikki, would you be real upset if we didn't see that movie and did something else in that 2-hour time slot?" And she's like, "No, it's fine."
Well, that was nice.
Yeah, she is nice like that.
Well, I'm gonna check with her. I'm gonna see. I don't know if John is actually gonna go this weekend, but if he does, I'll see if I can go too.
I didn't watch the second trailer. I watched the first one.
Yeah, I've watched one of them, but not all of them.
I felt like there were enough good jokes in the first one that it's like, fuck, I don't want to watch the second trailer and like have the other half of the
All the
jokes in the
rest of
movie
the
spoiled.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's not as good. The joke's never as good the second
Yeah,
time.
they don't land the same
Yeah.
if you've heard them all already.
Yeah.
Who do you think Lady Pool is?
Blake Lively.
Yeah.
My money's
Okay.
on Blake Lively.
Brad Pitt?
Could be Brad Pitt. That'd be a smart play right there.
I listened to live at Paducah.
What'd you think about live
Twice.
at
Let's do it
Budokan?
twice.
Sweet.
2.5 times, really. That was really good.
Yeah,
I liked
good.
it a lot. I think it's a really good album.
Bunch of people dressed as Buddha.
Yeah, and Khan.
And con. It's a weird sort of religion / Star Trek convention.
Pretty cool, man.
I feel like most Star Trek conventions are that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I haven't been to one, but I've seen a tangentially at Dragon Con.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Wars is the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought it was a good album. I liked it a lot. I thought it was. I will tell you, my biggest criticism of the album is that it is 41 minutes. I was like, what the fuck?
It was such a short. I don't think it was the full concert. I think
good,
it was like
because I was thinking about those poor attendees
hundreds
who were
of
like,
thousands of fans screaming.
I spent $1 million yen on this.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's the full show. I think
Okay.
it's just they took the main points from that show and sort of blended it together.
It was good. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really weird because I know like 2 Cheap Trick songs prior going into this. I knew Surrender because it was on Guitar Hero, a rock band.
Right.
And which I like that song a lot. I think it's a good song. And but it was weird to hear it because they were like, here's a new song that's on our next album. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it is crazy to hear him say, we got this brand new song. And it's like, Surrender.
And the audience is going wild.
They went fucking nuts.
Yeah. And I was like, did they hear it already? Dude, like, you know what I mean? Or they don't care. They're just excited to be there, man.
So excited to be there. I told you last week, it's this good-looking white dude dressed in next to nothing with his long blonde hair. They ate that shit up.
Are you talking about House of the Dragon again?
I am. Only the good bit. Cheap Trick did. They remained relevant throughout the mid '80s or so because of that album. They got and it's widely regarded as their best work.
I had heard the title before. I just never had listened to it.
Yeah.
And then when you brought it up, it was like, oh yeah, I should. I've heard this, and I've heard about this album enough times that I should. Yeah. And Ian is recommending it now, so I should probably listen to it.
Good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was good. So I knew Surrender, and I knew I want you to want me. I knew that one.
Yeah.
And then they played Ain't It a Shame? A fucking Fats Domino cover, and that was honestly my favorite part. I love Fats Domino.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite part of the show because I was like,
great.
Holy shit, they're doing a fucking Fats Domino. They're doing a live Fats Domino cover in Tokyo. Like, that's a weird fucking statement.
But it hit.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's great. I loved it.
Cool.
And then we played, Nikki, Henry, and I played because I was like desperately feeling, I was like, I talked to you about this a little last week, and you too, Tyler. I can't remember if we were on the mics or off the mics, but it's like Henry spends so much time in his room on his Xbox talking to his friends over comms, and it's like, that's cool, but man, I gotta like connect with you, buddy, because it's like, this is different. I'm not used to this. So we played a board game called Forbidden Island, which is it was a lot of fun. It was a good game. It's one of those fucking 80% of the games that I own that I haven't played. So it was get to check that off the list.
Okay.
Yeah, you get like you randomize some tiles, and the tiles are the island. Each tile is a location on the island. Mm-hmm. And then they start flooding, and so you flip the tile so the island starts to slowly flood, locking off different locations, and you got to like coordinate to like get treasure and stuff.
Oh, sweet.
It was
does
fun.
Sound like fun.
A nice cooperative game, which that was a hit because at some point, like in the beginning of the game, Henry was like, So how do we figure out who wins? And it's like, we either all win or we all lose. And he was like, good. And I was like, I agree.
Yeah.
This is not Uno.
Yep.
Uno's tearing his family apart.
Yep. Had some rough Uno games at my house.
Girl, same. Whew. Even when you're not trying to be mean, Uno's a fucking mean game.
It's mean as fuck. It really is. Colin and Tanya played a game a few weeks ago that went for fucking literally 30 minutes. One game. We had to shuffle the deck twice.
Good Lord.
And we have an enormous amount of Uno cards. Like, we're not playing
you
with
got
just
a big
small deck. I do. I do have a
I've
big
heard.
deck.
I seen it.
Numero
I seen
uno.
it. I hear it likes to be shuffled.
It does like a good shuffle.
Mine too. It's weird.
We got anything else? We done anything else fun?
Hey, man, I feel like I made the most of the 2 days.
You did.
Yeah.
You fucking did.
Yeah. No.
I didn't do shit but work.
Yeah, I mean, I did that too. I'm fucking tired from work. Yeah.
Well, stretch out your draft holes.
It's stretched, baby.
Because I got some drafts, buddy.
It's stretched, gaping, and waiting. Fill it with a draft.
I have 5 blind drafts. One of which is the
Seeing
Tadpog
impaired.
first
Seeing impaired. Tyler.
15. 15 spot blind draft to end
Seeing
it up.
Yep. Okay, 15. I love it.
Let's start off. We'll start with an easy stretch. An easy stretch will be a five spot draft.
Just the pinky.
5 spot. Warm up. Just the pinky. Lubricated pinky. We'll do it.
Oh, don't be such a pussy about it.
Ease you guys, your guys' draftinismus, which is a joke on vaginismus, which is a medical condition which the vagina is too tight for penetration.
I saw a hentai about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lady's an elf, and her vagina is too small for the human man's penis. It's an old hentai, but it checks out.
I know a girl who had to have surgery for it.
Yeah?
That was brutal. And she had no idea because she waited until marriage. And then on her wedding night, she found out, crippling vaginismus.
That's kind of how it
Had to
works
have
in the
surgery.
hentai, too. The human male marries the elven maiden, and that's when they find out. And then he has to go on a quest for like some kind of like fairy lubricant or something like that. Yeah. And of course, in order to get it, he's got to like fuck a whole bunch of other women. So, like you do.
Like you do.
It happens. That's a Tuesday.
For me, it was a Tuesday.
All right. So 5 spot draft, Italian food.
Italian food. Okay.
Number 1, pizza.
Italian pizza,
Pizza.
or American pizza?
Well, this is Italian-American food. There's one dish that is distinctly Italian-American, so I'm going to just say Italian-American food.
Okay.
Look,
I mean,
I'm not gonna fucking mince words. Pizza's my favorite food, so it's going in the top spot,
one.
and I damn the consequences because I can't lose.
There's no
Pizza at
Italian
number
food
1.
you like better,
No.
so yeah, you win.
man,
I'll see myself out.
pizza's up there for sure. I don't know if I want to save. There are a few Italian dishes that I like better than pizza, but I don't know if they're on this list. 15's a lot.
Fairies like pizza a lot.
Well, this is just 5. This is just 5.
Oh, this is 5.
This
This
is
is
just 5.
Oh,
This is
shit.
just
5.
Now, I'm going to end with the 15 one. This is just your stretch. This is just your get it loose 5 spot.
That's actually a relief because I was like, dude, I like Italian food. However, I think I might be pressed to name 15 because it's
Tomatoes.
man, I still think I'm gonna put pizza at 2.
All right.
I still think I'm gonna put pizza at 2.
Next one, Garfield's favorite, lasagna.
Lasagna.
That's a tough one.
I like lasagna,
I
but
like it.
I've had so much lasagna that's not great.
Yeah, I've had so much.
You know what I
lasagna.
mean? But the good lasagna is really good.
I gotta put that.
The only
I love
lasagna
it.
I love, I make because I have to. I'm particular about the cheese. I want it to
Sure.
be bechamel sauce, not ricotta. I fucking hate ricotta. I can do cottage cheese a little bit. It just looks gross. But bechamel is the way to go.
I would love to try your lasagna sometime.
Me too.
Yeah, dude, I'll make it one day.
Do you ever? Is that Is that like a I can go to your place of work and get it kind of thing, or is that a you only make this at home kind of thing?
We don't make it at. Well, we do make it at work, but it's ricotta at work.
Gotcha.
So this is something I make at home.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it.
I will make it one day for us.
I'm gonna put it at 4, but not because I have anything against lasagna. But I'm with you guys. It's not. I've had enough bad.
I've had a lot of
lasagna.
Stouffer's lasagna in my day.
I've had enough bad lasagna,
and that's the taste
to
that
be
comes to
like,
mind.
Yeah, or like even homemade, where it's like made with not fresh noodles, and like you get like a crunchy bit in it, and it's like, well, this kind
Or
of
way too burnt on the edge bit.
I do kind of like
the burnt edge.
I like the burnt.
If I could order my lasagna well done, I would.
I eat burnt cheese off of the like when something is cooked and the cheese
Hell
and it burns, I eat that cheese. I love the
You tap
burnt
that
cheese.
man. He needs it.
I need it so
He
bad.
needs a pump.
I need it so bad. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't see that.
I know. I did it at the perfect time. I was like,
Right as I
Ian's
was-
looking away. Go for a fist bump.
I was feeling the energy coming from over there, but I wasn't sure what it was.
That's a 5 for me. Lasagna's a 5.
Okay.
It's great. I like it, but there are a lot more dishes that
If I could have I don't know that I've ever had a really, really, really good lasagna. Like my mom used to make it from scratch, and it was good, but maybe I felt like there wasn't enough cheese on it or something, because when you make it at home and you don't have a lot of money and you're not buying as many ingredients or you're not used to the indulgent stuff, mom maybe
Ground
didn't
beef,
put
cottage
enough.
cheese, tomato sauce, mozzarella cheese, noodles. Bam.
boom,
Yeah, pretty
lasagna.
much.
Yep.
A really, really good lasagna would be something I would like to try.
Because I want like Italian sausage, like fresh Italian sausage and
yeah.
bechamel, and do
Hell
like
yeah.
Hell yeah.
a sauce that's the mixture of like the peppers, onions, carrots. I forget what it's called. Like you do that in your sauce. Like I've only gone all out one time like that to make lasagna.
How expensive was that lasagna?
It's fairly expensive.
Like $120?
No, like 40
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not terrible.
Well,
but
it's
it
not.
was
I mean, that
more
fed a bunch
expensive,
of people.
and it was like
Yeah.
and it's just time consuming.
We've
you
done.
could eat it for like a week.
Yeah.
Well, my family doesn't do leftovers, so I ate it for a week.
There you go.
Right.
Which is fine. By the end,
Yeah,
I was
man.
like, I'm not doing this for a while.
Yeah, that's really honestly, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's you made a good meal for
Bad.
yeah.
And then I'm fine with box Italian noodles or the pasta sheets just because I like fresh pasta too,
Yeah.
but like you don't get that sort of like if it's done al dente, you don't get that, that toothsome bite, which is good with lasagna
snap.
because you want the texture because it's all mush
Yeah,
otherwise.
yeah, totally.
My third one, which is the Italian American fettuccine Alfredo.
Ooh.
I do like a fettuccine Alfredo.
See, for me, this would be 5. Do not care for Alfredo.
I like
sauce.
it. I like Alfredo sauce. I like spicy chicken Alfredo.
Blackened for me.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
I can do
chicken
black and I
is
can do
nice.
spicy.
Blackened chicken in
See, I like a flamingo
fettuccine.
sauce. You add a little marinara to it. You increase the little, so it's not so fat. Add some acid from like a marinara sauce for a flamingo. I can do that, but just pure Alfredo, not a huge fan.
I feel like I've never had an Alfredo sauce like out of a jar that I was like, fuck man, yeah, this is good. I
Yeah.
feel like that's always been like a not great experience.
Yes.
Bertolli is okay.
I don't think I've tried.
It's pretty
Bertolli.
good. It's what we use. when we
Okay.
make it. Bertolli.
Bertolli. That's man, I guess it's a 3 for me. I'm holding on my number 1 spot. I don't know if my favorites are going to be on the list. or
That's a
not.
2 for me. I love fettuccine Alfredo, especially with blackened chicken in it. That's a top pick for me.
Boba fettuccine.
Boba fettuccine.
Yes.
Next, cannoli.
That's a 4.
Cannoli. I'm with you. Cannoli would also be 4 for me.
5 for me.
People fucking love it. I'm okay with it.
It's all right. Yeah. It is very rare for me to be like, oh, fuck, I'm craving something. What is it? Oh, fucking cannoli. That has never happened in my life. It's always just been I'm at my grandmother's house and she's like, I made cannolis. And it's like, oh, okay, I have one of those.
Like I went to, when we were in New Orleans, I went to a like Italian dessert shop that was rated like 5 stars, thousands of reviews, amazing, best in the city. Went, got a cannoli, took a bite, was like, guess I just don't like cannoli very much. If this is peak, I don't like cannoli very much.
Yeah, it's all right. It's
Yeah.
okay.
A little cannoli is okay from time to time.
Sometimes, yeah.
And the last one, tiramisu,
Oh, I fucked up.
which I fucking
I
love the
fucked
shit.
up.
That's one of my favorite desserts, period. is
I like
tiramisu.
it. It's very good. I would never put a dessert in my number one spot though, and that's all I have left.
Yep.
Is my number one spot.
I put that at 3. I don't know if I've ever had it. I think I have. What is it?
So it's almost like a dessert lasagna. Because, so you take lady fingers, soak them in espresso, make a layer,
Yeah. I have had these.
and it's topped with custard and cocoa powder,
Yeah,
and
it's good
espresso
as
powder.
fuck.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's very good.
my list is perfect.
Yeah.
Pizza Alfredo, tiramisu, lasagna, cannoli. Perfect.
It's my Steam name.
No commas.
All lowercase. Man, so I was holding my number one spot. I was hoping one of these two would pop up. My absolute favorite, and I'll be honest, I don't know if this is truly an Italian dish or not. Is
Pad Thai.
yeah, sesame chicken.
On me.
Spaghetti carbonara. I love spaghetti carbonara. That shit is excellent. It's like that's one of the foods where it's like it doesn't have to be spicy. I like it the way it is. Like don't fuck with it. I love.
No, I like it too. I'm with you.
And I like it with peas. I know some people don't make it with peas, but man, those peas make it pop.
See, I love peas, and you're right. Peas are divisive.
Yeah. I think the thing with peas is I love peas, but I hate a mushy pea, especially in like a spaghetti.
Oh, you don't want
carbonara.
like fish and chips and mushy peas?
No, sir.
What?
No, sir. But you get a nice, you get some crisp, snappy peas and spaghetti carbonara. Oh shit.
I like peas in any form. I don't care if they're mushy.
Especially coming out of French women.
Yeah.
that
are smoking.
I mean, yeah.
French women that are smoking cigarettes.
Hell yeah.
Say.
Just casually
yeah.
peeing on the floor. Yes, my absolute favorite kind of peas.
The informality about it is the best part. Yeah.
Just no warning.
It's like they're pissing in the face of society.
Or like they're on the savannah. Like you're on a safari and it's like, well, look at they're just peeing.
How bold.
How erotic.
And
All right.
then,
No, go ahead.
sorry,
Yeah.
second on that I was hoping would pop up is baked ziti. I fucking
Oh, I
love
never even think about
baked
ziti.
I fucking love it. I love it.
No, we have that at the hospital.
Oh boy, and I like a spicy baked ziti.
I'll call you on
but
ZD Day.
Call me on ziti day. I'm like down the road. I'm not
Yeah.
too far. I do like to go home for lunch,
Yeah.
but
I need to
But
come
if you
over
come to the hospital,
there.
I'll feed you for free.
I need to come over there because I work from home on Thursdays and Fridays, and I live
Yeah.
a
I'll let you know
stone's
when we have a
throw from
really
the
good
hospital.
we have a really good day. Like
let's record an episode. Let's record a lunch episode
Yes.
of TADPOG at Tyler's work
For
on
fucking
ZD Day.
sure. Absolutely.
Guys, we just watched a new Beetlejuice movie. We're going to talk about it. Also, we're eating ziti at Tyler's work.
Don't mind the noise in the background. We're literally in the cafeteria right now.
All right, that was an awesome draft. Thanks, man. God, now I just ate before I came over here. I just had chili on this super hot day.
We serve chili today in the cafe, so yeah, it's all right.
Chili's in every season kind of meal for me. I like it. But now I'm hungry again.
Chili and potato soup.
I'm hungry too.
I made potato soup before I came out there in the crock
Potato
pot.
soup is nice. Is it the 15th and olive style? You got that
With
recipe?
the bacon and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
I went to the doctor the other day and he told me I need to lose 30 pounds. So now I'm not eating as much and everything sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I too ate before I came here.
What'd you
Not-
have?
Not responsibly.
Oh,
though.
okay. Never mind. Don't tell us. Your doctor might be listening.
I don't even remember what I ate. Oh, it wasn't bad. I went to Los Amigos.
You could eat.
I had a bean burrito with cheese sauce and a beef taco.
Yeah, man. Dude, I love it.
Wasn't bad. I did have a Coke, which I'm trying not to drink soda anymore because I do love it, but I know it's real fattening.
The fucking chips are what get me whenever I go to like
Dude,
a Mexican
you know what?
4 equal a tortilla? Fuck you.
yeah.
I had 3 or 4 chips.
The willpower on this man.
And she brought me my food, and I said, I need you to take this basket of chips away because I would have sat and munched on them
dude.
and ate them all.
We normally do takeout, and that is nice because they totally
Because the chips suck.
They cheap out the chips. I don't know. I think the chips are good.
The chips at Casa are good. They're real light and thin, but the ones at Los are a little thick.
At El Torito, they're thin, and when they get home, we just throw them in the microwave for like a couple seconds, and salt them, and then they're great. But they cheap out on it because it's a to-go order. So there's like, it's still a lot of chips. It's like 70 grams worth of chips. And it's like, okay, all right. I can eat this whole bag as a treat. I've saved all of my calories knowing that I was going to eat this bag of chips. So yeah, I'm good. But man, some chicken fajitas without the tortillas, add some jalapenos in there. I love that.
I get the same thing every time.
What do you get? The bean burrito?
Bean burrito and a beef taco.
And a beef taco.
But I tell him to put cheese sauce on top of the bean burrito instead of the red sauce.
Oh, okay.
And and I take the soft taco out of the little foil and I stick it on the plate with the bean burrito and I just eat it up.
Damn, I'm hungry.
See, it's hard for me to not get chili poblanos. That's what I fucking
Chili
love.
poblanos are really good. They're super good, and
Melindos are actually spicy.
Are they really? We were doing those. I say we. Nikki was making those at home for a little bit because we like them. But what I love when she cooks. I love leftovers. I do not like leftovers like poblano chilies. I don't like how the chilies. I don't like how the peppers get.
Yeah.
They get smushy like the peas you don't like.
Yeah. So now she makes like a casserole where it's like rice and the peppers and that's really good. Henry hates it, which sucks because he always gripes about it when she makes it. But I love it and she loves it. So sometimes you just got to tough it out.
Cool.
All right, so we're a little warmed up. We'll go to the next one.
I'm super warm.
Next one, we'll pivot. Anime transformations.
Yep. This is a 15.
Five. Another 5 spot. Another 5 spot. Still warming up a little bit.
Okay. I can guess one that's going to be on here.
And I'm getting out of the way right now. Super Saiyan.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking, but
really? Okay. Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyans. I was about to say, are we gonna? How many Super Saiyans are we gonna have? Is it all gonna be Super Saiyans?
According to DeviantArt, Super Saiyan 69.
You're right.
I got to put that dead in the center at 3 because I've not ever watched that, but I'm familiar with it and I understand its historical significance. But for me, it's gonna have to go in the middle. There might be a few of these that I don't know, but this one's number 3.
I love a Super Saiyan transformation. This might be a number 1 spot for me, but I don't know what else is on the list. I mean, I've got some fucking music on my playlists where it's just Goku talking about going Super Saiyan. And then he screams for like 2 minutes while funk music plays in the background. I don't know why I like it, but I do. Henry likes it too, so it works out.
He's got some good speeches and shit, man. Yeah.
He does have some good speeches, and it's also like the way it's voice acted is also it's so of the time that even I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z back in the day in its heyday. But even having not watched it, it puts me back in a time where anime dubs sounded like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, man, I remember when it was like
the original Toonami back when we were in high school.
Yeah. So that's a number 2 for me. I'm gonna hold on to number 1 in case there's something really, really good.
The next one is Sailor Scout.
That's the one that I was counting on being on the list. That
I assume this is from Sailor Moon.
Yes.
I haven't watched it. but I've heard good things.
Boy, that used to do things to me.
Oh yes, yep. I jerked off to the silhouette way back in middle school when I first ever watched anime back in the day.
You and Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah. Yep.
Isn't that in 1 week?
The Boom Anime babe, yeah.
Right. That make me think the wrong things.
Because I was like, oh, you just like the outline of her side boob. Holy shit.
Yeah. And I remember hearing the rumors when I was in middle school where it's in Japan you can see their nipples.
They don't blur it out. Yeah. What? I want to live in Japan.
Yep. That's where it started.
And that's where Shake was like, yep, that's it. That's it for me.
I do love that very much.
You guys, it's not true. I'm moving back.
God is alive.
I'm forgetting Japanese.
That's a number 3 for me.
I'm putting that at 4 simply because I don't know what's coming.
Right.
And I've not ever seen this one either. Having heard the things I've heard, like what we just talked about, I might swap the 2 that I had if I could, but that's fine. It's good. We're happy.
Number 3, Bankai from Bleach.
I don't know that one at all.
That's easy for me. That's because I've seen 2 episodes of Bleach. So that's a 5
Man,
for
the
me.
first 2 seasons of Bleach are really fucking good. Especially the
I've heard
second
good
season.
things.
Holy shit, it's so good. And then I started the 3rd and I was like, this isn't a good. And I just stopped watching it.
I've heard a lot of people say that same exact thing. What is the Bankai transformation?
So the first season is just they're on Earth, and then Ichigo accidentally becomes a Soul Reaper and fights all these invisible demons that come
means
kill.
strawberry.
Oh, does it really?
It does.
Well, he does have red hair, so
There we go.
so it's all him learning about his powers, and he's filling in for this girl who she takes her Soul Reaper powers because she can't use them. She gets injured, so he takes them and fills it in her stead.
I've seen that.
So that first 3/4 of that first season is very different because you see what they do on Earth, and then at the end she gets in trouble for giving a human her Soul Reaper powers.
I mean, that makes sense.
So they take her, and she's going to get judged in the Soul Society, which is another dimension where all the Soul Society that fight all these demons, these hollows, live.
This is giving me Jujutsu Kaisen kind of vibes based on this description.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did watch some of that, so I was thinking the same thing.
So all of Ichigo's friends get involved in this and awaken their own, not as powerful as Ichigo, but all their own different powers. When they take Rukia, who is that girl, they you've broken the rules of the Soul Society. They kidnap her, take her back. Then the whole second season is we have to save Rukia. They're going to put her to death. So it's them breaking into the Soul Society and infiltrating and learning, getting more powerful to go and save Rukia at the end of the season. And I watched a really interesting breakdown about how it's a comparison to the newer generation in Japan butting up against the old tried and true traditional generation and trying to carve their own path and understand where they came from, but at the same time be their own people. That's the whole message behind it.
Okay.
And
That's neat.
The sixth season is so good. So good.
So what's the transformation?
So to be a captain, which is there are only 6 captains in the whole Soul Society, you have to be able to unlock your Bankai, which is everyone has their own soul weapon, which the size of it and the shape of it is kind of dictates your power.
Sure, okay.
So being able to transform it to its next level of
Like in the
transformation.
Scott Pilgrim game.
Yeah. And everyone's Bankai is pretty dramatically different.
Okay.
This one, the captain, the enemy captain that is the most powerful, his Bankai turns into 10,000 razor sharp lotus petals that he uses to shred his enemies.
So it's a weapon. It's like a weapon. A Bankai is like a weapon transformation.
Yep.
Okay.
So, but it's it's not many people do it, but it's also the bare minimum to be super powerful.
Okay.
Is unlock Bankai.
Okay. Cool.
So next to that,
It's gonna be my number 1. I can feel it.
Tetsuo Shima
It's not my.
saying
it's not
that
my,
correctly?
It's not my top one.
is Akira
From
Tetsuo's
Akira,
transformation.
Okay. Man, I kind of want to put that at the top, but I'm going to hold out for the last one.
I kind of want to put that at the top too. I look. I don't know if you. Here's my unsolicited advice. I think you should put that at your top because I think I know what's coming next.
Oh, I bet you're right.
But I'm not. I promise I'm not playing mind games.
No,
with
you're
you.
good. No, I know you're not. What have you got to gain by fucking with me?
My list is already fucked.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at 2. We'll see.
Okay.
I know you're probably right, but that's okay because 2's a good spot for the Tetsuo transformation.
I love Acura.
Me too.
There is like one of my new favorite memes is him grabbing his head and you hear the yeah, I fucking love it. And then like the first one I ever saw was like spliced in with Mariah Carey, I want for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then that's the first one I've seen, and then now I'm seeing like I saw one today that was from the current raid series in Final Fantasy 14,
Nice.
and it was like, yeah, this is real fucking real good.
I love it.
All right, the last one, the Titan transformation from Attack on Titan.
Man, I fucked up.
That's a good.
That's
That's
not
a
what I
good number
thought.
one
It's
for
a
me.
good one.
Yeah,
So-
that's a good. That's a good 1 and 2 for me. That was perfect. Again, I would have swapped Sailor Scout and Super Saiyan, but the 1 and 2 are good for me.
There were 2. One I was expecting to be on the list, and one that I was pretty sure wasn't going to be on the list, but it would be my number 1, and that is the Ranma 1/2 transformation. Ranma 1/2 it's a great series. It's about a father and son martial artists. The father trains the son, and they're training in around a cursed pond in China. And the curse of the pond is if anybody falls in, that whenever they're touched by water, they will transform into something else. So they constantly butt heads, and because they're butting heads when they're training on like standing on bamboo poles, like
Right.
in the middle of the pond, they both fall off. Ranma's father, whenever he is splashed or touches cold water, turns into a panda bear. And when he's warm water, he turns back to his human form. Ranma, on the other hand, turns into a girl with big titties.
I like the cut of your lip.
I loved your expression. I was all our listeners could have seen your savoring expression.
Where is this pond?
It was in China.
Okay.
I'll rewatch the anime just to find out exactly where it is. But the anime is getting a re-release. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah?
being redone.
Okay.
And a trailer has come out recently. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be on Netflix in Japan. I don't know if that means it's also going to be on Netflix when it comes out in the US. But I guess I would resub to Netflix for that. I love that series. It's really, really good. Lots of, pervy jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the second one that I thought was going to be on the list, and I was saving my number 1, was Sexy Ninjutsu from Naruto.
Yeah. I thought
a good one.
about Naruto because I had the QB cloak
I don't know about the QB
down,
cloak.
which is whenever his rage takes over and the bubbling red
yeah.
aura
Yeah,
takes over. I
okay.
thought about it. It was like, Ian hasn't seen enough Naruto. I don't want to throw so many that no one knows.
Right.
Sure. Oh, cool. I enjoyed that,
draft.
man.
That was a good draft.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna evolve. We're gonna stretch it a little bit more. Go to a 10 spot,
10 spot.
but an easier 10 spot.
Okay.
So, again, universal well of food, appetizers, 10 spot appetizers.
Any aperitifs or?
Just these are they're all full plate appetizers.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
All right.
I have an appetite for destruction.
Number 1, nachos.
Any?
Which I feel like that's a little bit on the threshold between appetizer and entree, but I know a lot of places serve nachos as appetizers. So
There's so many different kinds, though.
I'm gonna
Take it all as your favorite iteration of the appetizer.
okay.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna put that at 6 for me because I think there's better ones coming.
Yeah.
I could take or leave it. With
Where's the
nachos.
best nachos, you guys? Where do you prefer to get your nachos?
Los Amigos in 1998.
Yep. With Brandon right after Apex, shipped at Apex.
Yeah, eating it on the floor of Apex. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nachos
good
fajitas chicken, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's a number 2 for me. That's a really strong one. Maybe there's one that's better.
Cheese sticks.
Maz rods.
Maz
Yep,
rods.
yep.
That's a high one for me. I'm gonna put that at 3.
You got to have the marinara. I got to have the marinara.
Oh, yeah, I don't like them anyway. This would be a bottom tier for me, but I will not eat them if there's no marinara. Yeah, fuck that.
Will not eat them with a fox. It's a 6 for me.
Next one used to be a top for me, but I ate them so much I got burned out. Now I don't like to look at them. Potato skins.
I do like potato skins.
I like a potato skin.
I like a potato skin
Them old
too.
TGI Fridays.
Yes,
potato
sir.
skins.
That is where I got burnt out.
Yeah.
Oh,
When is Friday over?
I'd buy the brand from Walmart.
Yeah, those weren't I don't feel like those were nearly as good as the restaurant.
Probably why I'm burned out because
Yeah.
I have them like every day after school.
Do you remember the snack chips called tato skins?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I loved them, man.
I did too. Ate them all the time.
Yep.
They found a way to make the peel usable in a chip, and I loved them.
Yeah.
4 for me on potato skins. I'm holding out. These have all been good picks for me.
That's a 4 for me too. I didn't used to like to eat the skins of potatoes because I thought that it would kill me.
Yeah.
I'd heard that they were poisonous, and then I found out later that they're not. And I was like, "Oh shit, this is pretty good. This is like extra potato." Haven't been eating the potato crust for years.
Well, I make sure anytime I make baked potatoes at home that I oil
Yes,
them
sir.
heavily and salt them
Salt 'em,
heavily,
yeah.
and then make sure I eat the skin as part of the potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next is gyoza,
Oh fuck yes.
What is that?
pot sticker.
Well, dumplings.
Ooh, pot stickers are good. I'm gonna 5 that one.
Because done well. I've had shitty ones, but like done well. Like Melissa and I were so sad. Our favorite place in Louisville to get those. We went this last time and they were gone. We were devastated because when we had to stay up there when Jack was in the NICU. Like we went to this place all the time.
Is that where Nickelodeon took over the hospital? Man, I love gyoza. And I think I do, like, as an appetizer, I do think I like it better than nachos. Nachos, like the nachos fajitas, that's a great meal. And I know it's on the appetizer section of the menu, but that's come on.
Yeah, it straddles that line.
That's a meal. This might be a number 1 spot.
It would be a top contender for me.
I'm putting it number 1. Fuck it. We're fighting it.
Next, bone-in wings.
That's 10 for me. I don't like the bone-in wings.
That's another one where it's like I may have had wings as an appetizer 5 times in my life. Like that's like when I get wings, I get like
The meal.
30 wings, please. You know,
Yeah.
and it's
See, that goes back on that dark meat, light meat, white meat chicken
Yeah.
we were talking about. I just don't like it. It's too fatty and greasy.
Yeah,
But I don't mind boneless wings. I know they're not wings, but
I like those too.
I like the sauce.
Yeah.
Without all the bones and fat.
Sure.
So.
I prefer bone in, but I also like the boneless. And I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes when I'm like, I don't want to fuck with
The mess.
I don't want to fight the food.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to eat it.
Yeah.
Then I'll get.
You can
I'll get
fork
boneless.
those right in your mouth.
Yeah.
The white meat.
Yeah, and it's like I want to play. I'm gonna play a game and eat at the same time.
Right,
It ain't
right.
fucking bone-in wings.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's. But
I've got a 6-hour drive to do. What do I want to eat on the road? I can go bone-in wing. Which I've done before.
And an
It
Arby's
sucks.
French dip at the same time.
While I drive my stick shift.
I remember I got a Chipotle burrito one time coming back from Clarksville. That I had to throw that shirt away when I got home
No saving it.
because like I was trying. It was like, fuck it, this isn't gonna work. I just let it all roll, and it was just.
You should have sent it to Chipotle PR and been like, "I've got a great shirt idea for you guys."
This is my new bib.
Oh my
This
god,
shirt.
I love it. Those are gonna be a 7 for me.
Bacon wrapped jalapenos.
I don't typically go for the spicy kind of. I don't like jalapenos much, but
Put some cream cheese in there. So cream cheese,
I can
stuffed,
do
bacon
it.
wrapped jalapenos.
Yeah, those are really good.
those are good. I'm gonna put that at 9.
Might be a 3 for me.
Stuffed mushrooms.
I do like stuffed mushrooms.
Ooh, I do too.
I don't love them though.
I love them. Number 2.
I feel like 8 is a little too low, but it's not a 5. And the next spot I've got is an 8.
I could eat myself sick on stuffed mushrooms. Like if they've got the like sausage type stuff
With
in them,
breadcrumbs,
little
and under a
little
salamander,
cheese
so
or
it's
a
all
little
crispy on
something.
top and
man.
buttery. Mhm.
So fucking good. Yeah, I love those.
I'll put it at 9.
Number 2 for me.
And next, in appetizer form, so not side form, appetizer form.
Okay.
Casey does an amazing one at Stella's. Onion rings.
I don't think I've ever had onion rings as an appetizer. It's always been a side.
I love onion rings. I really do. I cannot eat them because onions don't agree with me, but I love them. They don't love me, but I do like eating them. They're delicious.
If they're like hand breaded,
yeah,
with like a
those
special
real thick-
sauce.
Oh man, like that kind of a
Like a hollandaise kind of deal.
Yeah,
Almost
like a spice. Yeah,
like a ranchy,
like a
spicy
yeah.
kind of yeah.
Because Casey has like it's a wooden slab with a steak knife jammed into it, and then a ton of handmade onion
Yeah,
rings,
like
stacked
beer
all the way
battered
up.
onion rings. Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit is so good. I love them. Because I can't eat them, I have to put them low on the list, but I do like them very much. 8 for me.
I am going to put them at 8 too, even though I like them. I would rather have them as a side. So that's kind of the thing. And also, I've only got a 5. I'm saving my 5 spot. There's something that might be on this list that I'm going to be really sad if I can't put it, I don't know,
I have
above the
1
bottom.
and I have 1 and 7 remaining.
I got 5 and 10.
Number 9, grilled shrimp.
Again, shit. I like grilled shrimp, especially like hibachi.
Because I can do like an appetizer, like a bang bang shrimp on a skewer.
See, I prefer the boiled shrimp. I prefer the ice cold.
My favorite are peel and eat
Peel and
shrimp.
eat.
That's what I prefer, but
This one's
because
gonna
I
have
can
to.
get sick on some fucking peel and eat shrimp.
Me too. I'm gonna put this one at 7.
I'd make my family who do not like shrimp gross the fuck out when we used to go to that 99 buffet in Paducah by Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah.
And I would just get fucking mountains of peel and eat
Oh, my
shrimp.
God.
So it was just translucent carcasses just all around me.
I prefer grilled shrimp. But I don't, it doesn't belong in the 10 spot, but I'm going to put it there.
Lastly, you guys
on.
have already talked about it.
Uh-oh.
Chips and salsa.
Ah, shit.
It's going in number 1, and that's something that I can always eat and enjoy. It's a good snack. It can be a good meal if you pair it with just some like cold cuts, cheddar cheese, summer sausage kind of thing. So yeah, that's a good 1 spot for me.
I have to put it at 5. I would put it higher if I could. To me, that's like a true appetizer.
Yeah.
I was holding a spot for pretzel bread with beer cheese. God damn it, I love that.
Bro, did you have that at the hotel
That's one of Melissa's
in
jams.
at the arcade expo last time?
I did.
Fuck.
I know.
I ate that twice. It was super expensive, but fuck, it was delicious.
Casey also had a handmade Bavarian pretzel with beer cheese and
Nice.
stuff. That was fucking great.
What you can get at Dairy Queen is not bad.
Yeah, their queso isn't bad at all. That
It's
comes
not
with
bad.
it. Yeah,
I wish it was
surprised.
like. I do wish it was like beer cheese.
Yeah, give me
Yeah.
that neon yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, in a pinch, it'll do. We have a local place that does really good pretzels and beer cheese.
Is it pizza by the pound?
It's not. Do they do
I
it?
thought they did it too. Who are you talking about?
I am thinking about the name of the place.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of it right now. It was the Greyhound station.
Oh, you're thinking of Paducah Beer Works.
Paducah Beer Works.
Yeah, their fucking beer cheese is delicious.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
Those
exactly what I'm
pepperoni
thinking.
chips
Yeah.
were pretty good too.
Holy shit! Those pepperoni chips
Those
are fucking wild.
They're fucking delicious, and I fucking love. But they make me so sick.
Oh,
Oh
do they?
yeah, that's
so
like
greasy.
here is heartburn. Hello, sir. Are you
Yes.
over 30? Here is heartburn.
Yes,
Have you
it
ever
is.
had it before? You have it now.
It was bad. The one time I ate that, I went hard on them, and I regretted the shit out of it. I mean, they were so fucking
Get a sleep
good.
sitting up in your recliner.
Yeah,
Have you had the pepperoni pizza soup from Loopy Larry's?
I've never been to Loopy
Shit.
Larry's.
Loopy Larry's is a fucking
I've been
spot.
either, but Melissa loves Loopy Larry.
Dude, Loopy
I hear
Larry's
about
is a
'em all the
spot.
time.
It's a spot. The problem with Loopy Larry's is it is expensive, and it's
It's like Panera Bread expensive.
yeah, but
But I'll
that's-
never go back to Panera Bread. For what they give you for the cost,
Yeah.
I'll
It's
never fucking
awful.
go
Yeah,
again.
it's a good comparison though because every time I eat Loopy Larry's, I'm like, damn, that was good. But I feel like I paid a little too much for it, and I didn't get enough because it's I don't know. But the food's it's delicious.
They're where the burrito shack used to be, right?
Yes.
They are, and
God.
God damn it,
Every time I
God damn it.
Or were you
I
gonna
miss-
see the kids at Murray? Okay, good. I know where we're
Burrito
going
Shack.
to eat. Yeah.
But see what sucks.
Burrito
The kids
Shack.
want to go to dinner. I know where we're taking them.
Home of the most unsanitary salsa in Western Kentucky.
What? What? A pre and post COVID bar of salsa?
I didn't care. I took my mask off and ate it and put my mask back on. That's fine, right? Man, but see, the problem with Murray is we don't go to Murray that often, so it's always like, okay, here are all of the restaurants that we can only get in Murray, and it's like. I love their hibachi in Murray. Like I mean,
Shogun.
Shogun is fucking great. I love it. It's and that one always wins over Burrito Shack because when we go, it's like we're going for like someone's birthday or something,
Right.
and it's like
You don't want to go sit in the fucking burrito
Yeah.
shack.
I mean,
a little bit of
right,
ambience,
right.
you know.
I haven't had it, but the one in Murray now does breakfast burritos.
Ooh,
So I know that's going to be fucking good.
that is
breakfast
gonna be
burrito
good.
is a good.
I will
thing.
never be in Murray early enough to get it, but
Yeah.
Nope.
all right. So now another 10 spot, a little more of a thinker. Game show hosts.
Okay.
I like it.
Start off strong. Bob Barker,
How many spots?
10.
I'm trying. So now I'm playing the game where it's like, okay, who else might be on this list?
Honestly, for me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put Bob Barker at number one.
Well, obviously, yeah.
He's the top slot.
That makes total sense. He's on your TikTok.
I could literally
Yeah.
open TikTok right now, and I think there
If you
is
didn't
a-
choose him, he would disappear from your TikToks.
The
They'd
people-
hear your algorithm and be like, all right, fine, fucker.
People on my TikTok.
Here's some Chuck
are
Woolery
not
for
game
you.
show hosts. They do
Oh,
not.
I have plenty of not game show hosts
Yeah.
in mine too.
They do not have games in their bios. Bob Barker's he's top 3, so I'm putting him at the 3 spot.
Number 2, Pat Sajak.
Number 2 for me. I love Pat. He retired this year, so we're moving on to the Ryan Seacrest years.
We'll see how it
starting in the
goes.
fall. We'll see how it goes.
Vanna
but-
White's still there, though.
Yes, she is. Pat is such a good host, and he was so good at engaging with the contestants and having a good time. And he admittedly would get drunk before they would go record the show. So I love it. Pat Sajak, number 2 for me.
I feel like Pat Sajak for me is he's a good baseline. I like Pat Sajak a lot, but I typically prefer a game show host who is more actively entertaining. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Because Pat Sajak, I think is great, and I think he did a wonderful job. But I like a little more
More pizzazz.
entertainment.
Yeah, I get it.
So he's a 5. He's a baseline.
Pat Sajak is like the straight man of game show hosts.
Yeah.
So,
The
but he's
Jason
still
Bateman
really
of game
funny.
show hosts.
Yeah, he's
Jason
still really
Bateman,
funny.
you know, he'd be a great game show host. I would watch the fuck
I
out of
would
that.
like actually want him to host Wheel of Fortune.
That would be
instead
great.
Of Ryan.
Yes, yes,
That would be perfect. He could be on Wheel of Fortune for the next 40 years.
Buster Bluth can turn the letters once Banner's
Oh,
With
that
his,
would be
ho-
so
with his
good.
hook hand. Brother.
And then one of the slots on the wheel would be the banana stand. And
There's always money.
there's
in it.
always money in it.
I love this.
Number 3, Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek.
I really respect and love Alex Trebek a great deal. And I like the game show Jeopardy. I love the way he carried himself on the show and his professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
And how everyone in the 70s thought he was black.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, I can see why there was confusion when he was really young. And I saw an interview on TikTok where he was like, "Yeah, everyone thinks I'm black. I got nominated for an NAACP award.
What?
And I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not black."
That has to be a joke. That has to be a
I've
joke.
seen many TikToks. I'll send you some next time I find them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm putting, for no reason other than I do share Dave's desire for an entertaining game show host. I'm putting him in number 6, but that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I don't love the man.
Sure. He's 6 spot for me too, and it's because for me it works out perfectly. Pat Sajak at 5, Alex Trebek at 6, because to me, like as a kid, like those two guys were like a pair.
They're Murph Griffin and Enterprises.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're both Sony Pictures Entertainment, like game show hosts.
Yep.
They do. They go together like
It's chocolate and peanut butter. Alex Trebek, obviously the chocolate.
it'd be the
Alex
chocolate.
Trebina butter.
Pat Sajak chocolate.
All right, the next one I'm interested to see where he lands for both of you guys. Chuck Woolery.
Love Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery.
Be back in 2 and 2.
Man, I'm putting Chuck at 4. I love
Man,
Chuck.
he is 4 for me as well, just because I want to keep 1 and 2 open. But he's a top. He's top half of the list
Tanya and I used to start a stopwatch,
when he would
and it
say 2
every
and 2.
time,
Yeah.
every fucking time, it was 2 minutes 2 seconds. It was crazy how that works. I love TV production. I love how
Yeah.
they can do that shit.
Yeah.
Next, Dick Clark.
I like Dick Clark. I loved $100,000 pyramid or $25,000 pyramid, whichever you prefer, whichever flavor of pyramid-based game shows you prefer. But Dick Clark always kind of skeeved me out just a littlest bit. So I'm putting him
Because he's a
at-
vampire.
Yeah, I'm putting him at 8.
Level 2?
Level 2 vampire.
Level 2 vampire? He's not a level 3.
He's not. He might be
He
a level
might
1.
be a level 1, maybe. I've never seen the man eat a baby.
But the capacity for baby eating is definitely there.
I have seen him curse a priest.
I watched-
but not eat a baby.
I watched a lot of American Bandstand growing up. I always watched the Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve when he was still hosting. Obviously, he's not now. So I do like the guy, and I watched a lot of his shows, but I'm gonna put him at 8.
8.
It's a 10 for me, dog. I don't think I've ever seen him on a game show. So,
You ever watched The Pyramid?
did they ever have any other hosts? Because I've watched Pyramid, and
I think he always hosted it,
then I have seen him on
but
it.
it wasn't memorable
Not
enough.
no, and
remember.
also I'm in the same boat as you, where it's like, yeah, he kind of. I don't love the vibes
Yeah.
that I'm getting. I'm not saying he did anything, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if I found out he did.
I get it.
The next one, who certainly did some things, the master of kissing, Richard Dawson.
Hell
yeah. Hell yeah.
That's a solid 3 for me. Love Richard Dawson. I watched The Running Man the other day again.
Dude, man, I have been trying to rewatch The Running Man for 2 years now. I keep falling asleep watching The Running Man.
I get that.
I
get
keep
it.
falling asleep because I forget every time. I forget the fun game show part of the movie is like an hour in,
Yeah, you got a lot of build up to get to that
which
point.
I get it. And I was on board for that when I was a kid.
Carl did it
But
right.
I can't.
Getting right to the Running Man part.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I tried to rewatch it recently. It was because of Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah. Richard Dawson reminds me of a late uncle of mine. They had very similar personalities, very buoyant, very friendly.
He kept kissing you.
He gave me kisses on the face. He was a good dude. Bobby was his name, and I always equated those two because they were both very. Yeah, Richard Dawson kind of has that sort, almost like he was like the guy that went out for the Rat Pack and didn't quite make it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like that vibe.
I get that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Well, as much as I love Richard Dawson as a host, I prefer him as a contestant in the match game.
Oh, yeah. He's great in match
Shit,
games.
he
He's
is the
great in
best.
match game.
Like if I've got $10,000 on the line, who am I picking? I'm picking Richard Dawson.
Fuck yeah.
That's a number 2 for me. I'm saving number
good.
1.
It's good.
Three
And I
for
think
me.
you know who I'm saving it for.
Next one, Wink Martindale.
Wink Martindale is a good host, but I don't remember watching a whole lot of what was he?
Let me bring it up.
I have no idea. I've heard the name before,
Did he
but
do Name That Tune? No, that wasn't Wink Martindale. Oh man. What a good name.
Yep.
Oh, he did Tic Tac Doe, High Rollers. Yeah, he's a good host.
I don't know those.
Gambit, Tic
Mon
Tac
Ami.
Toe, High Rollers, and Debt. He's still alive. He's 90.
Still winking.
Still winking.
He was a DJ, a radio personality, game show host, and TV producer. I like Wink Martindale a great deal. However, Tic Tac Doe was the only show of his I ever watched, and I
Yep.
did like it. But I'm not gonna put him I'm gonna put him at the bottom for no reason other than he was probably my least watched game show host.
Yeah.
No offense, Mr. Martindale. I highly respect you, and I love the sound of your voice.
Number 9 for me, before my time. I don't think I've seen anything that he's been on.
So someone I know who is all well within our time frames. Mark Summers.
Good host.
Yeah.
He was a little bit after my time. I did like Double Dare, but I watched it with my kid. So it wasn't one that I wouldn't have seeked out, Mark Summers otherput But I do respect him, and he's a good dude.
He's great in Unwrapped now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Mark at 9. Also, on that weird, awful Nickelodeon expose thing that they did about what's his name.
He was very pissed off about
He
that.
was fucking pissed, and
Yep. They twisted his words.
They interviewed him for that, and it was a
Mark
great
Summers?
yeah, they
Yep.
did. And
Yep.
it was a great interview.
and didn't tell him like what it was really about, and he felt misled.
It's
He
too
was very
bad,
upset.
but I mean, I'm glad he got on there and said what he said, and
Yeah.
got to be a part of that because he was unaware of what was going on for the most part until it was too late.
I also feel like Mark Summers, I don't know. I didn't see this expose. I need to watch it. But I feel like Mark Summers to me is like an earlier Nickelodeon guy
Yeah.
than Footman.
Yeah.
Right?
They were still in the heavy in the slime.
It wasn't the
Yeah,
Dan Schneider
phase.
years when Mark
Dan
Summers was
Schneider,
around.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 7 for me. I wish I could put him. If I could reorder this list, I would put him at 5 and move Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek down.
So I can't talk about Richard Dawson without bringing up Gene Rayburn, host of the Match Game.
Yeah.
He's good. I'm gonna put Gene at 7.
8 for me. I like him.
And last, a little more modern one, Ben Stein.
Oh, fuck. I got to put Ben Stein at number 1. I was saving it for Steve Harvey, man. I was saving it for Steve Harvey. If Steve Harvey was on this list, I don't regret it. I don't feel good about Ben Stein being number 1, but I also don't regret holding it to the last minute for Steve Harvey. Because if you had mentioned Steve Harvey
and he was
not number 1, I would feel worse than I do now.
Because I wanted to bring up Richard Dawson, but I didn't want to have multiple hosts from the same show.
Makes sense.
I get it.
Makes sense.
I got Ben Stein at number 5, which is a solid choice for me. My list came out good.
I don't love his politics, but he's a Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. Okay. Final 15 spot. First 15 spot blind.
I need a new sheet. I'm out of sheet. Thank you.
And so 15 spot blind draft based on your personal bangability.
Hell yeah.
Simpsons female characters.
Oh no.
Okay.
God, now I got to keep like at least the fucking bottom half for children.
There are no children on this list.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah, okay. I feel better about playing this game now.
I abjectly avoided children.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Number 1, Luann Van Houten.
Okay.
Man, I think Luann Van Houten is probably kind of fun.
Okay.
I think she kind of got a dirty streak. And
Okay.
I bet she's fun. I'm putting her at 4.
Okay.
4, all right.
I think you're right.
Got the blue hair.
I think you're right. She probably is a little fun. That's a 10 for me.
I'd go. I don't even care. I think she'd be just my type.
Dude, she looks too much like Mill Owls. I can't. I can't with that.
Yeah. Well,
But I get it.
You know,
I get it.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm
50, almost 51 years old. What do you want from me?
All right, I'm going to triple over this one.
Okay.
Manjula Nasa Panetta Pelion.
Medulla oblongata?
It's Nahasa Pima Petalon.
Thank you.
And she's hot.
Yep. Yes, she is.
But I don't think she'd be as much fun as Luann. I'm putting her at 7.
That's a 3. 3 for me.
Maud Flanders.
Is she
Fun or not fun at all?
Is
Like
she-
super
yeah.
fun or not fun at all?
She's either crazy. There is one extreme or the other going on there.
She's got to be crazy with Ned. Has to be crazy with Ned.
Stupid, sexy Ned Flanders.
Yeah, because they're just procreating. Like when they made the two boys, that was some crazy shit right there.
Maud reminds me too much of my grandmother.
Oh no!
So 2.
So definitely in the top slot. No,
You're saving one for Granddad.
although this is a long list. I'm putting Maud at 10.
Okay.
Did we get to cuck Ned?
If that's the case, 2.
I mean, it makes a difference. I'm not gonna lie. 5. 5 for me.
This is gonna be all over the place.
Yep.
Mine's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
be so fucking wrong. I
Yep.
already know it.
Yep.
I'm standing firm on this Luann Van Houten thing. I know people think I'm kidding, but I'm fucking not.
No, I know you're serious.
That should be a tagline for Ian. Standing firm on Luann Van Houten.
Political poster.
Cookie Kwan. Did you bring
Is
a
she
picture?
the news anchor?
I believe so.
Yeah, I gotta look her up. I'm not a true fan.
I think she's the news anchor.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she's cute. Should be good. I'm gonna
Hell
go.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna put Cookie at 5.
I go 2. Pretty good for not knowing who she was.
Guess what, Cookie Kwan? You just made number 2 on my most bangable Simpsons women list. How's
Boy,
that
I
make
hope
you
everyone
feel?
from work hears this episode.
Yeah.
Patty Bouvier.
That's gonna go down. That's going on the bottom of the list.
the bottom.
And it's not because I got anything against Patty. She's just not my type.
I got stuff against Patty.
All right, fine.
Do we get Selma too?
Maybe.
Because
That's separate. She might be on here later.
I was going to say, if by taking Patty, you might also get Selma, that might go from a 14 to a 12.
I got Patty at 15.
14 for me.
I'd hang out with Patty.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, she and I could like smoke cigarettes together.
Yeah.
And watch Chuck
And watch
Woolery.
Chuck Woolery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could get along with Patty just fine, but she'd be like a buddy, not a girlfriend.
Agnes Skinner.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's going at 14.
Oh, God.
Seymour.
15. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, no.
This is getting dark.
I said no children. Plenty of elderly
It's fine.
Mona Simpson.
Oh, Homer's mom.
Homer's mom.
She's okay for an older chick.
Yeah.
I get her at 11, just behind Maude.
Let me refresh my memory.
I like Mona's voice. Who voiced Mona?
I do not remember. She wasn't in the
It was
show
like
a whole lot.
Was it like Glenn Close or something?
Because she was always on the run for being like a hippie protester.
Yeah.
So appearances were few and far between.
Yeah, she was. It was Glenn Close voiced her.
Old Mona? I'm assuming not young Mona? Not flashback Mona?
I mean, she probably did both.
Well,
It's Glenn Close.
she does appear in both versions. So
Flashback Mona,
Flashback Mona kind of hot.
yeah, 7 or 8.
That nice. It's got that nice '50s housewife thing going on.
It'll go 8.
Abe Simpson don't go wrong.
No, never. Okay.
Next, Booberella. Booberella.
Gotta look it up. Why am I?
Booberella is the Simpsons version of
Elvira.
Elvira.
Oh yes. I do like a nice Booberella, but I'm still playing it safe. Putting her at 6.
Yeah, 6 for me too. Fuck it, 4.
It was going to be 3 or 6 for me.
Next is Lindsay Nagel.
Man,
I believe she was the country singer who tried to seduce Homer away.
Fucking that's a 1.
oh yeah, fuck. No, wait.
If you're right.
Oh no, she is.
She is the real estate lady
Yep,
or something.
real
isn't
estate
she?
lady.
Oh, never mind. That's not a 1. Country singer that seduces Homer. That's a 1. If she's on
That
the
is a
list.
fucking 1. You're not wrong.
I think I'd rather fuck Mona Simpson. That's 9.
I'm going to put her at 8.
If we go Mona Simpson, do we get to cuck Homer or Abe?
Abe, definitely.
Okay.
At the old folks' home. Next, Eleanor Abernathy, otherwise known as the Cat Lady.
Yeah, I figured she'd be on here. I should have saved a lower spot.
13.
I know Selma's on the list, so 12. I mean, I could like play with the cats.
But isn't Eleanor Abernathy like, wasn't her thing like she's super smart or something?
I just know she's cranky and throws cats.
I know, but like when she was normal, she was like crazy smart
Oh,
or
maybe.
something. I can't remember if that was her backstory or if I'm thinking of a different cat lady from a different canon. Anyway, 13.
Selma Bouvier.
All right, 13. Black 13.
12.
Edna Krabappel.
That's all right. I mean, 6.
Edna's a little needy, but she's kind of hot for me. I'm gonna put Edna.
She also doesn't fuck around, and I do like that.
Edna's my number 2. Edna's my number 2.
All right.
6 for me.
Marge Simpson.
Number 1. Always had a thing for old Marge.
That's 11. Got a thing for Marge, huh?
I do. There's a lot going on under that green dress.
Okay, you're not wrong.
I like Marge. I think Marge can cut loose, have a little fun. If you treat her right.
She thinks potatoes are neat.
Yeah. Yeah. They are, and
she
they are
can crump
neat.
with the best
and
of them.
she's right. They are neat.
They are neat.
Yeah. I just think they're neat. I like Marge. She's my number 1.
Next is Snowball.
Number 9.
I specified Simpsons females when I started the list.
You're right. And Snowball is not a child. 7. That's the most bottom spot that I have.
Look, everybody. Snowball thinks she's one of the models, Inc.
So all I have left is a number 1 spot.
I have number,
Come on, Larlene. I think that was her
number
name.
Marlene, you're right.
Arlene.
I have a feeling it's not based on Tyler's reactions.
Not
Steve
Lurleen.
Harvey.
Who has been on The Simpsons.
Gladys Gurney, who is the aunt of Marge, Patty, and Selma.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well.
That's my number 1. It's official.
Mine is number 3. She's number 3 for me.
It's holding on for Larlene. I don't regret it. Just like Steve Harvey. Don't regret it.
There we go. Blind drafts.
That was good. A lot of good information was brought to light this day.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Lurleen.
Lurleen.
Lurleen Lumpkin.
I've been trying.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
trying to correct you guys on that
Yeah.
for the last 10 minutes, but I figured it'd come naturally.
Lurleen Lumpkin.
Lurleen.
Gave me a blumpkin.
Bunk with me.
I
What do you mean, Homer?
want
Listen.
you to bunk
Bunk.
To what?
with me tonight.
That's a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Very
that
good
episode a lot.
Sweat actually cleans this suit. We want to take a few calls.
Sure, man.
I do, but I actually need just like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have to do a segment. I just need to pause, and we can come back in 5 minutes if that works for y'all.
Okay.
And it's like we never left.
Resume.
Yes, we should take some calls.
Gotta make some calls. Gotta call some
Call
people.
some people, then
do it.
Get the
Fuck
fuck out of my house.
Because if Bonnie gets home, we're fucked.
You gotta be sensitive to this Bonnie situation. All right, here we go.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
We got 60 calls to get through in this episode.
Womp womp. Ooh, that's a problem because I wanted to be done 3 minutes ago.
We'll take a few calls. And then we'll call
Just
it
a few
day.
calls.
As a treat.
We got out the equipment, so may as well take a few.
Yeah, no, it would be a total waste if we didn't take them.
Motherfucking TADPOG? Question mark? Oh no, that was wild. Google was like, leave your name. We're going to try to connect you. I'm like, is that going to work? Well, so
Sometimes.
anyways, you guys are taking calls again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
You're motherfucking VR boy brew pounder. What up, guys? Hey, I've been drinking.
What?
So I'm from the South, y'all. I'm from North Carolina, outside of Asheville,
Sounds like you're from the
Specifically.
north to me.
and I grew up on a treat called moon pies. I live up in Ohio,
Hell yeah,
now,
moon pie.
outside of Akron.
Moon pies and RC Cola. It's the way to go, baby.
Yeah.
That was one of my. We had to do a 7-dish It was our midterm in the middle of all culinary school. You had your garde manger class. At the end of your garde manger class, you had to make a 7-course meal. And for one of them, we did moon pies. We did completely from scratch moon pies.
Nice.
Turned out very well.
I believe it. I love moon pies. They're really,
Me
really
too.
good.
Famously known for some guy named LeBron James.
He's from
And
Akron?
they don't
LeBron
have moon
James.
pies here. So I'm out and about, and I got my baby boy, and I'm not drinking at the time. And I was like, oh, shit, they got moon pies at this gas station. You want a moon pie? And he goes, what the hell's a moon pie? I've
Fuck
never
you,
heard
old
of this
man.
fucking thing.
Go to
And I
sleep,
said,
old
"Oh,
man.
shit, son, bet." I said, so we go, and I fire up a microwave, 8 seconds, as you do for a moon pie. And he was like, this is fucking processed shit. What are you
What?
feeding me? I said,
Smart kid,
son,
but
that's what I
what?
grew up on. And he goes, yeah, that's probably why you're overweight. So, anyways,
How old's your child? I really need to know.
38.
Baby boy is doesn't sound like a baby boy.
Yeah, I need to know. I need to know how old this middle-aged man child is.
That's probably why you're overweight, fat ass.
y'all like a moon pie or not?
Yes.
Since you're
Yeah.
all
Love a moon pie.
born and raised Southern boys, like good old-fashioned Americans.
I even love the
you, bye.
bastard varietals.
I don't. What are some of the
Lemon, banana, blueberry, mint chocolate.
Dude, I love the lemon. I didn't know they had a mint chocolate. I'd probably dig on that.
I just
I like a double-decker moon pie at the gas station.
Yeah, I
the
like a double
giant-ass
decker
ones.
too. I haven't had one of those in a while, but it's making me want one. Do you put yours in the microwave like Brew Pounder?
no.
Nikki does, and she likes to eat them that way. I have tried it. I liked it, but I just prefer it to come right out of the wrapper.
Me too. I like a room temperature moon pie. Unlike my water, I prefer it to be room temperature.
I put it in the fridge before. I put a moon pie
Yeah,
in the
cold
fridge before.
moon
I do
pie.
like a cold moon pie.
I've taken to just eating Uncrustables straight out of the freezer. Instead of letting them come to room
I've
temp.
never had an Uncrustable. Is that like a Popkins?
Man, yep. Because I can just go back in there and eat and just grab one at work, I'll eat them, but I do have a problem with Uncrustables. They are different for some reason. I don't know why, but they are fucking
They're
different.
just built different.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing.
Oh, they're different than like
They're
than
just
that
a
you
peanut
love
butter
them.
jelly sandwich.
Oh, that's what it is. Peanut butter and jelly.
Yep, but there is something about it that they are so much fucking better than just a regular peanut butter.
How do they
jelly
package
sandwich.
them? Are they individually packaged like in like
Individually packaged, no crust, kind of crimped ends. It's like a popkin. It is like a
It's like
popkin,
a pumpkin?
with peanut butter and jelly in it.
Look, man, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so what's the bread texture like? Is it like a pot pie, or is it
Wonderful.
like
no?
is
It's like bread, but it's just like the bread is great.
okay?
I can't without having one. It's hard to explain.
Do you eat it right out of the freezer?
I eat them right out of the freezer.
They're better that way.
I like how crunchy the peanut butter is when I eat
Okay.
it.
All right.
And the jelly is still like, even in the freezer, it's not like shards or anything. It still is kind of got its gelatinous consistency. They do them how I do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when I make one, which Melissa says is the wrong way.
Okay. What's the wrong way?
I don't use a ton of peanut butter, but I butter both sides of the bread.
Yeah.
And then put the jelly in the middle.
Well, how else do you do it? Oh, I see. I'm
Just
sorry. I
like
didn't.
she will just do jelly on one side.
one side peanut butter. That's
Yep.
how I do it. But
But the jelly seeps through and gets all.
but
gross.
I leave the jelly out.
You just like peanut butter?
Yeah.
You can get a peanut butter and honey and a peanut butter and Nutella Uncrustable.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
But here's the rub. They're fucking expensive as shit. And it makes me mad because they're just peanut butter and jelly
all of
sandwiches.
them are
Yeah.
like
well,
even the regular Uncrustables.
even because you can get strawberry jelly, grape jelly, Nutella, honey,
Me, I prefer grape.
and they're fucking and white bread or wheat bread, and they're
How expensive are they?
they're too expensive for what it is. But I cannot deny that they are better than the average peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Neither
There's
can
something
these
about
other
them
brothers.
that is for some reason incredible, and it makes
I
me
gotta
mad.
try one. I gotta try one.
I'll bring one for you from work.
Okay.
They are fucking calorically dense as all hell.
I'll look it up and I'll plan for it.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me know. Or I won't finish it.
Because they
feel
are
like
peanut butter heavy.
Dude,
So
I
that's
love
why they're
peanut butter. That's fine.
calorically dense.
Yeah, I know
But, like-
peanut butter's got a lot of fat, but it's
And they're
protein
great
as well.
because they're frozen. You just throw them in the fridge. 30 minutes later, it's fine. Or
Okay.
you bring and put them back, and they're easy just to grab on the go. It's not a fucking. We're not sponsored by Smucker's Uncrustables, but goddamn it.
But we're not opposed to it.
And Melissa and I would argue about it because she was like, "They're so good, buy them." I'm like, no, they're fucking expensive as shit. Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but then it's like, oh, I'm the boss at work, and I can just fucking take them. So
Allegedly.
now I'm eating them, so I see how good they are, but I'm still mad.
Look, I'm excited to hear about the crimped edges. That sounds like
Yep.
a peanut butter sandwich upgrade to me.
No, it absolutely is.
That's like I like the look. I love a grilled cheese in a skillet. Love a grilled cheese in a skillet. Honestly, probably the tastiest way to do a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
However, when you do it in a sandwich press, it does some magic shit.
There is also a grilled cheese Uncrustable.
Oh my
I've
god!
never had one, but it does exist.
I
But when
bet
you-
that one's not as good frozen.
When you do it, in a,
Yeah.
yeah. When you do it in a press, though, you kind of get that like sealed center, and there's something special about that. Fucking like, ooh, I have a pocket of cheese now.
Popkin of
Pumpkin,
cheese.
yeah.
Well, the Brew Pounder calls continue from May 28th, 2023. Moments later.
Motherfucking TADPOG. That's too many rings to get to y'all. It's your motherfucking boy Brew Pounder. I'll tell you, guys, I live in a state where weed's legal and alcohol is somehow still legal. And I'm sitting there and I went on a 10-mile hike today.
Good for
and
you.
I'm like, I can
Drunk.
eat whatever the fuck I want. So I took
Please tell me you had an Uncrustable.
Wait for this.
8,
Wait for
5,
it.
and 15 ground beef, made a quarter-pound patty,
Wait for it.
and then I put that bitch between 2 fucking moon pies. It wasn't great, but it was
Fucking moon pounder over here.
as hell. And I felt like I was going to die. I'm 40 years old. I was like, felt like I was going to die afterwards.
Yeah.
It was fine. I smoked a little bit more weed.
No, it
drank a little
wasn't
bit more beer,
fine.
and I was like, I'm good to go.
Look.
And that was
wait.
the last call from Brew Pounder.
Ever. See, the thing is, when you make a moon pie hamburger and then followed up with a little more weed and a little more beer, none of this is fine. It's fine. You're welcome. You're an American.
Look,
You
man,
can
it's
do
how
whatever
Kid
you
Rock
want.
lives. Brew Pounder can live this way.
If you want to do that, that's fine.
Do you guys watch Roll for Sandwich on TikTok?
I don't know what that is.
He was like the original person doing it, to where he builds his lunch and he rolls a die.
Oh,
It's D&D themed. So like he rolls, he's all right, we're gonna roll for bread. He has like 8 different options for bread and rolls a D8.
Okay.
And he'll
It's
have
all randomized.
all randomized.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have
and
seen
it goes
those.
completely like from the normal to the fucking bonkers. He had one the other day where he rolled moon pies. So he had
As the
moon
bread?
moon pies, and like I think mortadella and a bunch of other shit.
I saw one like that, only the guy would roll for what cereal to mix
a
together.
lot of people copied. He was the first one to do it and get big, and now there are a
okay.
lot of copycats
Okay,
now.
I gotcha.
Roll for pizza, roll for
There's more Brew Pounder call. This same call.
The Uncrustables only like $2.10. That's not bad.
a regular Uncrustable. Yes.
Oh, a regular?
We've got the jumbo ones that work there like $3.90.
Oh wow, yeah, it is fucking jumbo, ain't it?
Each?
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's a lot. All right, let me finish this call.
Okay.
So what's your guys' what's your guilty food pleasure? What do you guys
Uncrustables.
make when you're feeling
We have covered this
Jumbo Uncrustables.
thoroughly.
just nasty? I'm gonna make it just, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna eat this. Get it going. Love you, bye.
Love you. Bye.
It's a good
Hot
question, Brew
chicken?
Pounder.
I know
Hot
that's
chicken?
silly, but it's like I'll like they put a Prince's in the Nashville airport, and it's like, cool, man.
Damn, I didn't
I
know
fly
that.
a lot. Definitely gonna break diet every time I fly, and I do.
I've witnessed you murder some Prince's hot chicken.
I've watched
It
you.
was
I've watched you
impressive.
murdered by. Shut the clock up, Hattie B's.
Yeah, that was rough. That really was. That was hot. I don't know if my tolerance got.
Well, I also think it was.
Better or what?
It's because our difference was like I had the chicken and you had the tenders.
Yeah, I always
you
get
had
the
way more
tenders.
crevices for
Yeah.
all that shit to get in than I did.
I always get the tenders at places like that because I super don't want to fuck with bones when it's hot chicken.
Yeah.
To me, that's a tender deal for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they put one up in the airport, and the first time I was like, and it's pretty recent, but it. You get it when you fly out, you get it when you fly in. So when I tried it, I was like, well, we'll try it. It's airport Prince's. There's no way it's going to be as good as like one of the actual locations.
That's so fucking smart of them too. Dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Everyone's heard of it.
It's a local favorite.
But you don't get
Yeah.
to step in. Yeah, have one in the fucking airport. That's fucking genius.
It was not 100% the same, but it was 99% the same. It
good
was
for an
it was
airport.
it was great for an airport. Yeah. It was close enough. Well, 1% frog DNA.
My weakness that I try to not keep in the house, cause fuck.
Jim Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hostess little chocolate donuts. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Like, man. Yeah.
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 I get it. They're good.
Mine is Nutella on stuff.
Nutella too. I can
Like
just have a
animal
fucking
crackers
jar.
and Nutella, or just a spoonful of Nutella.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. Love it. And I could eat it. When I go to town on it, I eat too much.
Oh yeah, and it's so fucking. If
It's
you think
just-
peanut butter is fucking calorically dense,
Oh yeah, it's easy.
shit.
I never feel bad about it though when it's peanut butter, because I'll do that I'll have a spoonful of peanut butter.
Yeah, it's decent. It's okay for you. There's
Well,
a lot of
it's
sugar,
fat,
but
so it's gonna
Yeah.
be Nutella. On the other hand, it's fat and sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut butter is at least just fat, so that's still.
And I mean,
better
I
than
want
sugar.
I want fat. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
it's better than sugar.
I don't want no fat.
Yep.
all right, we have another call. This time from area code 616, June 4th, 2023.
Motherfucking Tadpog. This is newly minted Shining Force Josh.
Hey,
Shining
Yeah,
Force,
Josh. Okay.
calling all the way from
I'm
Michigan.
sorry, Tyler. I'm still so very sorry about that mistake. I don't know what I was thinking, but I messed up. And leave it to you guys to take a moment of my greatest shame and turn it into a moment of outstanding triumph.
Can we pause and remind everybody what happened? Because I feel like people might have forgotten.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was like my second game I ever streamed. So I was streaming Shining Force 2. And this Josh's favorite game. I did it because it was Josh's request. And then everybody was like, yeah, fuck yeah, Shining Force 2.
I
I
mean,
was
his
like,
first
love
middle name
Force
Shining,
2.
his middle is Force.
Yeah.
His last name is Josh. So of
Tracks.
course it's his
Makes
favorite.
sense.
The tracks, Mr. Josh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he tells
that's
me,
my
did you
father.
know you can name all of the characters? I was like, holy shit, are you serious? You didn't name more than the hero? He's like, yeah, you have to. And he told me how to do it on the screen. I was like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That sounds amazing. That's the perfect way. Every one of these 40 characters have been named after people in the Tadpog Nation. Love it. Let's
Hell
do it.
yeah.
Hell yeah. So I did what he said, and it didn't work. But I was like, I don't want to give up on this. So for the first 40 minutes of that stream,
Yeah.
we tried everything under the sun to try to figure out how it worked until Grim was finally like, hold on, let me Google it. He Googles it. It's something completely different and much easier to do. Like, I feel like it was like press select and down as opposed to like all the button combinations.
It was
to
a
get, like,
huge code that
We
you
were
were
like,
putting
I was
in.
in like the fucking debug menu and shit. Like, but no, Grim was like, yeah, here's how you do it. Press it. Every time you press down, it's another character you rename. That's all it fucking was.
All right, here we go. That's Josh's call continues.
Thank you very much. My question for you guys is, maybe this is more relevant for Ian. I was watching Sandman on Netflix several months ago, and I was moved to tears by one of the episodes. Spoilers for anybody who's seen or not seen the show. There's an episode where death is played beautifully by this young lady. I can't remember the actress's name, but she's depicted as like a very welcoming and calm presence as she leads people to the other side. And they stop by this house, and there's a baby, getting ready to eat or in a crib or something. I can't remember specifically, but and you see, Death can just walk up and pick the baby up and go, that's it. That's all you get. I'm sorry, it's not fair. And then in the background, you kind of hear like the mom start to like freak out as she, finds her baby dead. And my youngest was just a few months old at the time, and I was watching it, and that just hit me so freaking hard, and I'm sobbing on the couch. So my question is there a movie or a TV show that has moved you guys in a similar way? Because I don't typically react to stuff, but man, that hit me right in the feels. So I'll hang up. Love you guys. Love the show. You do great work. It's a lot of fun. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for
Josh.
for the nice call. That was good. I do remember the scene, the death scene in Sandman.
It's a great episode.
It is a great episode, and it is very moving and it's hard to watch, but also somehow
I thought it was still entertaining.
It was entertaining, and it was also somewhat soothing
and kind of sweet.
And sweet, right? They put death in a perspective of the inevitability that it is, but not a bad thing,
right?
And that was a really I get it, Josh, why you were reacting the way you did, especially if you had a little baby at the time. That's I can completely understand how that would affect you. As far as something else like that has affected me emotionally, I'm not really good at thinking about stuff like that on the fly. Let me get back to you. Everyone knows I watch so much stuff, and I tend to lose track of it unless I'm reminded of it. So I need to think on it. I will say one thing one show that I very recently remember having a lot of very emotional reactions to is Demon Slayer. The last season finale that I watched was really emotional for me and it was tough. And then it was not. It was awesome, and it was inspirational, and it was surprising and shocking, and all these things. And I really did. I got a tear in my eye from it.
Anime for me, anime like has this way of being like, we know exactly how to manipulate your emotions, and it's like they could just, a lot of shows can just fucking flip a switch, and then it's like
right in the feels. I think that's why I latched on to anime so hard, so fast, because of I was feeling emotions that, aren't super common. You know, there was a lot of joy and a lot of pain and a lot of sadness. And normally I don't get anything out of that. I don't necessarily want to be emotionally invested. I just want to be entertained.
Right.
But I found myself getting really emotionally invested in a lot of these animes that I watched, and Demon Slayer was one for me that really, really checked that box. Really made me feel all the emotions over the course of the 3 or 4 seasons that I've seen, in a way that few have. So that's going to be probably my answer at this point, is Demon Slayer.
I remember when Nikki was pregnant, and close. And I remember around that time getting very emotional about pretty much everything.
Those hormones transmit.
God damn. I'm trying to remember. I'm desperately trying to remember. There was a commercial at the time that it's fucked up, but there was a commercial at the time where it's like, And if I would see it come on and be like, I can't watch this fucking commercial.
I know
because I'm gonna
exactly.
fucking cry at this fucking commercial. I remember going to see Interstellar, and I remember sitting in the theater, and I remember the fucking moment in the movie where I was like,
I've heard about this.
"Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry at Interstellar!" And
I've heard a lot of people cry.
Oh, really?
Like,
Still-
yeah.
Listen,
and it fucking happened,
I
man.
still
It was like, oh
cry.
my god.
Dude, I still get a little verklempt during that movie. It's one of those that
And it came out of nowhere
It
too.
does.
Like it came,
It does.
like the anime thing
Yeah.
where it came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it was just like, oh fuck,
yeah.
I'm gonna cry, man.
It's got that right. Interstellar is at my exact frequency. It's one
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
I can watch
get it.
anytime and really get into it and feel the feeling.
It's also like a really interesting movie, like how it approached. I don't want to spoil anything about
right,
Interstellar,
right.
but it's really interesting how it approaches what it's talking about. Because it does not. When you start the movie, you don't. There's no way to predict.
You are nowhere
Yeah.
near. By the end of that movie, you're nowhere near where you thought you'd be.
Yeah.
That is a solid 4 stars. Wasn't Sage says check it out. That is a fucking phenomenal movie.
Cool. I'm really glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that
and
because I feel like it's gotten some hate, and I really liked. I really liked
I
it.
did too.
It really it was one of those movies that fucking touched me as a human.
Same.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Also cried.
Oh,
Same.
man.
God damn.
Yeah.
I fucking straight cried.
Yeah.
I didn't get choked up. I was crying.
I was in the theater alone watching that one, and I was fucking
good.
crying.
So fucking good.
Cried when I saw it the second time with Nikki.
Yeah. That's a hard one. It's so good, but that one actually takes me beyond where I kind of want to be.
It's fucking raw,
emotionally.
man.
Yeah,
It's fucking raw.
Exactly.
It's fucking raw.
It's amazing.
And it has similarities to Interstellar and
Yeah.
like why it makes me react the way that it does.
Yep. Good call.
So the subject is kind of it's different. It's different for me because I remember specifically like nothing made me cry ever. I can only think of 2 moments for the majority of my life where a form of media made me cry. One being when I was in the 8th grade, we went to go see not Armageddon, but was the other one with Morgan Freeman.
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. We went to see Deep Impact, and whenever
Pikachu died.
Pikachu dies,
Well, duh. I mean, obviously that's
whenever
upsetting.
the guy they're trying to blow up the asteroid that's coming to Earth. They realize they're not going to be able to get off,
and
they
he's talking. He's
talk to his little
he's
girl.
blind. He's been blinded,
Yeah,
and yeah, he's talking to his son.
yeah.
Oh,
That
and
made me cry.
That's a tough scene to watch. It is very emotional.
So that was one of 2. The other one being in college. It was, I think, my junior year, Murray State, in Josh Nance's room when we lived together, all watching Full Metal Alchemist. Not Brotherhood, but the original, because that's the only thing. That's the only thing I think the original was better at is that scene. And if you've watched Full Metal, you know what I'm talking about. That scene in the original Toonami, in the original Adult Swim release, is so much more powerful. And that's the only good thing about it. Really, that iteration is not nearly as good as Brotherhood, except for I feel like they breeze through it a little too much in Brotherhood. But that original one where Shao Tucker has to do what he has to do to try to keep his funding with his daughter. In the original is so
I don't want to know if
gut-wrenching.
if it's more gut wrenching than the one I watched.
Yeah, it
I
is.
don't want to
It
fucking
is.
it
know.
sure.
100%.
Oh, I can't.
1000%
I
is.
can't do it because I cried when that happened in Brotherhood, and it, like you said, if they glossed
and
over
they
it,
glossed
They
over
definitely. It didn't have the same weight as it did in,
Yep.
in the
Oh,
original
God,
Full
no,
Metal.
thank you. I'm good.
In,
I'll stick with what I know.
Yep. And I mean that had me crying, Josh crying, Josh's heartless girlfriend was crying, like all of us watching it together because we didn't see it coming at all. And in that,
Did you tell her it wasn't real?
it's like it's drawn. Like I could imagine she'd be the kind of person to be like, "This isn't even real. These are just drawings. These are cartoons. Why are you fuckers like?" But it even got to her. So
you know it was a powerful moment.
and that was those two moments were it for me until Melissa and I got married. And when Melissa and I got married, it changed that because I remember it being. I remember the first time, like after we got married, and then me crying at something was like, what the fuck? Like it was shocking to me that suddenly so many more things in life had value and depth and things that they just didn't have for me before. So so much more. Like This Is Us had me crying, which is an emotional show anyway.
Yeah,
but
it's designed for that.
I had so many more happy things in my life after we got together to look forward to and experience that I was experiencing that I had a larger depth of appreciation for, that I could feel a sense of appreciation, loss, or anything toward that. Sure. From that point on, like I became a much more emotionally deep person because of her.
Yeah.
And after us getting married, another thing that is one of the most, and this scene immediately was the first thing that came to mind, because this made Melissa, who does not enjoy adult, quote unquote, adult animation. She thinks it's for kids.
Did she watch the one where the elf and the human get married? And
I need to show her that.
Vagina's too tight. Small. Yeah.
But generally she doesn't like it. She's like, I just can't wrap my head around it because I just can't watch it without feeling like it's
Tanya's
meant
the
for
same
kids.
way. She watched Perfect Blue with me, and she enjoyed Perfect Blue. And I said, this is kind of like what most of the stuff is that I watch, but she's still not invested in it.
Melissa's watched a few episodes of Cowboy Bebop, and she can be
Yeah.
like, all right, I can see where this is okay, but it's not.
Yeah,
my
that's
thing.
exactly the way Tanya is. She's like, that's not for me, but I don't judge you for liking it, kind of thing.
But for somebody who has a genuine misunderstanding and dislike for it, I had her watch, and it's separate. You can watch it separately, but in Naruto. So as long as you know Naruto
I remember you talking about
is an orphan. His parents are dead. You know, that's part of the struggle you see in the first episode. So way later, way in Shippuden in the second series, where he is a teenager, you get the day he was born.
Right.
So it's like 2-3 episodes about the day Naruto was born and the death of his parents.
Right. Yep. I remember you telling that story before.
God damn.
It choked you up then, even when you were retelling it.
It had Melissa crying. And for someone who does not
Did you tell her they were drawings?
No, it's not real. It's not real. So for it to affect her, I think shows like, and she didn't know anything about Naruto to begin with.
Did they? So I didn't watch this far into the series. Did they keep the sad Naruto music? Because that shit, where like the fucking raw flute, you know what I'm talking about?
They have Naruto's music and then Naruto Shippuden's music.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if they kept.
It's not the original Naruto music.
Because Naruto sad music, that's anytime that would start playing, it's like fuck, man, he's gonna say something fucking inspirational and sad at the same time.
On somebody. Yeah. No, the music in Shippuden is a lot better.
I fucking love the music in the original. I'm not bagging on it.
I love it too, but I think Shippuden definitely makes an improvement.
Cool.
But no, if anybody, even if you don't know anything about Naruto or have any appreciation for it, especially if you're a parent, that set of episodes where he is the day he is born on his birthday is really fucking good.
Okay. All right. I'd say we've got time for one more.
One more?
Okay.
I'm gonna skip up to another one here.
Hey, TADPOG.
Hey.
This is Bubba Shane here.
Shane.
Just calling. I have a question followed by a story.
Okay.
So, my question to you fellas is what is the funniest thing your spouse has ever said to you? I
feel like he left us a pause for us to like answer now, but I want to hear what he has to say and then we'll answer.
Okay.
Where my fiance, soon to be my fiance, probably by my wife by now.
Congratulations on
really
your
burned me
marriage.
bad. And so I'm going to set up real quick. Basically, I'm from Texas, and I've always been from Texas, and that's germane to the story, I promise. But she got me real good one time. So I'm going to do a little setup. So my brother has always wanted to go to this place for glamping. So there's like, it's one of those parks where you like everything's set up for you and you just camp out and do other things. So they had laser tag, right? Anyway, so they had laser tag. I'm from Texas. I'll call back in a bit and tell the whole story. Anyway, so again, the question is, what's the funniest thing your spouse has ever said? All right, discuss, and I'll call back.
Okay.
Love you guys. Bye.
I didn't realize that there are 2 more calls from Bubba Shane where he tells the story, apparently.
Okay.
So do you want to play those now
Sure.
or wait till next time?
Let's play him now because I'm thinking.
Okay. Here we go.
I can't repeat the funniest thing she's ever said to me, so I'm gonna have to.
Next call.
All right, so we're at this glamping thing, right? My brother's been talking about it for years.
Glamour
We finally
camping?
go, and
Yes, glamping.
Glamping.
we're having
Neither
fun
of you
with
are
doing all the
glomping.
things,
Completely
they have,
different.
like, frisbee
Very
golf
different.
and laser tag and all this nonsense. Anyway, so the first night we're there, they have laser tag. So my brother, my sister-in-law, their 2 kids, me and my son all go to do this laser tag. And we proceeded to get DK monkey stomped in the ground by this team. So
There's always someone better.
Gorillas in the Mist.
By the way, that reminds me.
Fireworks?
Pyros in the Mist. I said they were called Gorillas in the Mist.
Yeah, which I think is hilarious.
And I got home and
damn it.
had a joke store moment. I was like, no, it wasn't Gorillas in
Damn
the
it.
Mist. It's,
I wish you hadn't told me. It's so much funnier when it's Gorillas in the
it's
Mist.
Pyros in the Mist, which was just the fucking stupidest.
It's stupider.
even
Somehow it's stupider than Gorillas in the Mist. But Gorillas in the Mist is so funny. I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about it a couple days ago where I was like, why the fuck do they call themselves Gorillas in the Mist?
Well, it makes more. The Pyros in the Mist makes more sense, but it's much, much stupider. So yeah. I wouldn't have said it, but I had that mental note to myself at some point to remember to bring it up.
Okay. All
which
right.
Just happened to be now. Anyway, Bubba Shane continues.
yeah, and of course they're super not competitive, just like I am. Like super not competitive at all. So then we get back and they're like, "Oh, they cheated. They did this. They did that." Da, 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 da.
Ah, so
Like,
it's
sarcasm,
every time I play Overwatch is what he's describing.
I come back and like, "Nah, man, we just got whipped." So I'm gonna find it. So we decided we're gonna do this the next night. So in the morning they have a frisbee golf course around, like in the area of the laser tag.
Laser tag
So,
adjacent.
I'm playing frisbee golf with my fiance and my mom and dad, and we finally get to where the area is. And so the last hole is right up against where the laser tag is, right? So I'm looking at this thing. Yeah, we're finishing up, and I'm like, okay, here's the venue where the laser tag is. And my family's looking around. I'm like, okay, so I'm like looking at all the holes, like how
Like
can
you
I
do.
cheat? How can I figure out this and this and that?
Hell yeah.
Looking at all the
I'm gonna have
holes.
to call you back. All right. To be continued.
Okay.
Okay, last call.
Look through all the holes like a pair of glasses for Dick Tracy.
All right, here we go.
And we're back. So I'm surveying the theater of war, right?
Right.
Looking
Yes.
at all the windows, looking for the weak spots, okay, we need to punch here, we need to go here, we need to do this, we need to do that. I'm thinking like,
He's definitely not competitive.
No.
In
I can
any
tell.
way.
I can tell.
what's that? The
We're just
Mario
having fun
Rabbids
out here,
type.
guys.
I'm thinking XCOM, so I can move up here, stay here, shoot, and all that. Anyway, So I'm explaining all this to my fiance, like, okay, we were on this side, and she's like, wait a minute, you're on this side? I was like, yeah, the thing that looks like, we're on the opposite side that looks like the Alamo. So we're on the south side looking at what looks like the Alamo. I was like, yeah, we're over here. And I was like, if you shoot through this window, you can hit there, you can do that. And she stops and she looks at me. She goes, wait a minute. You fought the Alamo and lost? Which is the funniest thing I've ever heard my fiance say. Anyway, that was a long story. Anyway, fun story, guys. Anyway, all right, love you guys. Y'all take it easy. Ian, love you. You're my favorite. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.
Ian wins. Oh man! Thank you for calling, Bubba Shane.
Yes, thank you, Bubba Shane. All right. My wife says a lot of funny things, and I can't come up with one.
Yeah, I feel put on the spot. I can tell you that, like, we have a lot of household memes. I love household memes that have been around forever. It's just shit.
Yeah, we do that too.
Shit that we've said to each other for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's
Love you, Long Tim.
He love you, Long Tim. That's at one point in time, she messed her words up, as one tends to do, as a human tends to do, and we had a cat that would snuggle up, and at one point put its paws around my leg. It was giving my leg a hug, and she said, "He's giving your hag a lug." And that has been that unintentional slip made her laugh, which made me laugh, and that has lived on to present day.
I love it.
And then I don't know. I like making her laugh because she snorts when she laughs, and
I think he's got a good story.
and I fucking love it. It's adorable. I love that.
That's awesome.
So, heck a lug. That's final answer. I'll think of something better on the drive home for sure. But
The joke store call.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Lots of different things. A lot of which she would not want me to repeat. She also, I love it when she sends me dirty pictures using various weird Snapchat filters. That's also really funny.
Is she wearing her Breathless Mahoney shirt?
There's one of they had a tick filter that was really good.
A tick filter?
Like
the tick?
The tick, yeah. There's another where there's another where your mouth would hoover onto certain things that she sent me that was really good. Like an alien type thing. That's really, really good.
These will all be in the show notes, I'm assuming.
Show notes, yeah.
TADPOG.com.
There was one with where you could pick your reflection in a pair of glasses, and what she chose to reflect in the pair of glasses was really, really good. It took me way too long to get it when she actually sent me the picture, and that was pretty genius. But I get lots of inside.
Was it Encrustable?
Inside joke stuff, all that. But the only thing that comes to mind that I know is good for the show would be, and I think I've told it before. I know I posted it on in the Facebook group, but whenever we were at Jack's daycare, a new mom comes in with their son, and she's like, "Oh, hey, Tyler," has a conversation with me, talking. I think it was like Thanksgiving where we had to come in and they have a little Thanksgiving
Man,
dinner
I'm ready
with us
for
there.
Thanksgiving. Not to derail the story,
Yeah.
but Thanksgiving sounds really fucking good right about now.
Like, cause we're in there for like his little Thanksgiving meal, and she says hi to me, and then has like a little conversation, and then she's talking to everybody in the room while we're eating or whatnot. Then when we leave, she says bye to me, and I just wave bye. We get back in the car, and of course Melissa was like, "Who the fuck was that? I've never seen that woman. She knows who you are clearly. Who the fuck was that?" I just look at her, and then she knows something's weird when I just stare at her. She's like, "Okay, who was that?" And I just look at her dead in the eye and just like, "That was Church Basement." And the wretch that came out of her mouth. Just the immediate from one knowing the story
Right.
very intimately,
Right.
and now seeing her and putting a face to a name. Very loud wretch in the car.
I think the thing that Tanya and I do is just that we always watch so many movies together, and we've been together for so long that everything just sort of is. We just have a weird way of communicating, and like whenever it became possible to start sending gifts to one another through, now we're just communicating pictograms.
Yep.
That's
right?
fun to
And
do.
Yep.
I remember one conversation we had, and I was actually had me laughing so hard. I screenshotted it because at some point the conversation we were having, we started joking around, and then at some point we just started sending each other pictures from Demolition Man. It was just like this whole line of pictures of scenes
Seashells.
from Demolition. It probably came from the seashells.
Most
thing.
things Demolition Man come from seashells or Taco Bell. I
Right,
feel like.
exactly. And so it's that kind of stuff that gets me laughing at her. She'll send me a funny gif or something. It never ceases to, because it almost, if you know Tanya, it almost seems out of character for some of the shit she sends, because she can be so funny and she's really just a sweetheart, but it's just so funny when she does that to me, and she's the only person that can still crack me up like that on a goof. You know, she'll send me a message with a GIF that's like ridiculously ridiculously appropriate and funny for that situation, and it always makes me laugh. So, you know, I can't narrow it down to any one thing, but you know, it is what it is. That's my answer.
Good answers, boys.
Yeah, good call. Thanks for the call.
Yes, thank you.
I'd say we're probably, we're over 2 hours. I'd say we're good. Let's call it on that one.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Next week we are doing, what was the movie game
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns.
I remembered it for once.
Yep. So we do that next week. All sorts of shit going on, but hey, most importantly, there's that Patreon.
Money, please. Give me the money. Patreon.com/TADPOG if you want to give me money, and give Dave money, and give Tyler money. For as little as $1 a month, you have access to our bonus content. Our Dark Tower series is coming along nicely. We're recording chapter 7 of our book club of the Dark Tower Monday, and we'll have that published sometime later in the year. We're doing one every 2 weeks.
Yarr.
We've got 3 out there now, or 2?
Third will be out by the time this episode drops.
Great.
So there are 3 out.
If you're interested in the Dark Tower, you want to hear our take on it and our little kind of rundown summary of the different books. That's there. We have lots of actual plays that have been recorded over the years. All kinds of good stuff on there, and just one lousy $1 a month gets you that access if you're interested. We do have a list of executive producers that donate $20 or more per month.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Love you guys. Love all of you, but the $20 a month is nice. That's nice. I'm going to read the list of our executive producers now, starting with Cubicle Monkey, Plinko Nick Price, Usurper Grimm, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Pinball Airplane Archmage Chris Edler, sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Derek Pope Sandwich, Cthusiast Jeff Miners, congratulations on your marriage, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins, Louisville correspondent, Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, Flavor Trick Taryn Dahl, and Canadian Turbo Nerd Thomas. Thank you all so much for your generosity.
Yes, thank you.
It is so nice to know that people like what we do, and for everyone that donates money, and just for those of you that only listen, we are grateful for your attendance.
Yeah.
At our weekly
thanks for
meeting
listening.
of the minds. Yeah, thank you for
I
listening.
know we say it every episode, but really, thank you.
And I think what happened? What didn't we receive some sort of accolade recently? Didn't you say that we were in some?
I tend to, when nice things come in, I tend to send it to you boys, but I can't remember specifically.
I meant to mention this last week.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the site where we're like we're listed as like in the top 5% of
something. Yeah,
yeah,
pretty
it's
neat.
nice. I don't know how accurate it is, but hey, it's fun.
It's neat that it's out there.
I looked up some of the big podcasts because at first I was like, "There's no way that's fucking true. There's no way." And I was like, "Let me type in the big ones," and they're like 0.1 and 0.5, and it's like, well, okay, maybe, maybe we are in the top 5%.
I'm trying to find the thing you sent in the Discord.
I'm
and
looking for it too.
now I can't find it.
It's been a minute.
Well, it hasn't been as far back as.
I pulled up
I'm
your
looking at
review, the La Quinta Inn and Wyndham Suites review.
Yeah, I like that review. Show notes. Pornography in the show notes.
We got. Oh, by the way, thanks to the Steam Machine podcast for recommending us to their fans. Thanks to Garbage Day podcast for recommending us to their fans.
Hell yeah!
Check out both of these wonderful shows. I want to give that shout out, which I've been meaning to do for a minute. Oh man, y'all. Where is
I'm on
this?
Cutthroat Island Talk, and I still can't find it.
Yeah, I think it was before. Who knows?
Did I ever thank Catch Penny Gaming for becoming a Patreon donor?
I think so, but that's okay. We can
Thanks,
thank him
Catch
again.
Penny Gaming.
Did we thank Dane?
I haven't thanked Dane yet this week, but thank you, Dane, for putting our show up on YouTube every single week, just because you feel like doing it. That's real nice of you. And that's it. That's it. I don't know. We'll figure it out maybe next week. Well, I'll mention it. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be doing Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo and watching and reviewing the movie. And I think that's all I got.
Our theme song is Sycamore. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Look at that track. Find on the shows at TADPOG.com. How you guys want to close it out? Like
As our favorite Italian food.
All right. So until next time.
Tropical
Capital. Espresso.
TADPOG is hosted and produced by Tyler Holland, Dave Moore, and Ian Chandler. New episodes publish Wednesdays each week and are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else podcasts are hosted. Have a question or comment for the hosts? Call us at 270-883-2555 and leave us a voicemail. If we like it, we'll play it on the show and respond. Want to send us something? You can do that at TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. If you absolutely must send us a food item, please use caution and good judgment when doing so. Tasty snacks that look or smell funky or are past their expiration date by the time we get to them will be thrown away. Bonus content is available at patreon.com/tadpog with a minimum donation of $1 per month. You can join in on the conversation by visiting our Discord at bit.ly/tadpog Discord. Registration is free and we'd love to see you there. Thanks for listening, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our show so you don't miss an episode. Now, where did I put that stinger? Oh, here it is.
Okay, so 10 days ago, I sent a message in our Discord chat.
How did I fucking scroll past 10 days ago?
Yeah, me too. I thought it was super long ago.
Yeah.
No, it's 10 days ago.
Yeah.
That's how.
It's like with the conversation we were having about Taylor Swift earlier. Like, she's got to be in her 20s, right? Early 20s.
I have no idea how old she
fucking
is. I really have no idea how old Taylor Swift is. The site is called Listen Notes. ListenNotes.com, and they have us. It's a podcast ranking site, and boys, we are our global rank. Earlier I said 5%. It's 1%. We're in the top 1%. OnlyFans.
Finally, the 1%.
Yeah. In this one aspect of our lives.
Right.
Yeah. So that's good. That's neat.
That's really cool.
It is cool.
I don't know what it means.
Me neither.
But it's pretty cool.
Our average audio length is 119 minutes.
I was going to say 2 hours.
Now, see, the thing is, they only have us listed as having 523 episodes.
They probably only pull it from Podbean or Spotify or whatever.
Maybe.
I don't think we have 500 episodes on Spotify, though, do we?
It's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I did at one point, and then it stopped mattering.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
I hear you.
But they also say, I guess 523 episodes ago was October 28th, 2015, because they say that we've been a podcast since then.
Okay, so they missed the
Couple of
classic
years.
episode.
Yeah, they missed the classic. Yeah,
several
the black and white episodes.
Yeah.
Before we
There we go.
transitioned into color.
The really super racist black and white episodes.
Well, I don't know.
Our
It was a
Sean
different
Thurman
time,
era.
Ian. It was a different time. And our listen score on there is 45. I don't know what that means, but I feel like we need to get that number up. If we could all just agree right here and right now to increase our listen score by at least 5 points by the end of this quarter, I feel like we'd be on the right track.
If they were to shoot
Otherwise, we're putting on a performance improvement plan, and
Yeah,
we'll
no one
see
wants
where
that.
it goes,
Yeah. It's a written.
I'll put together a PowerPoint that we can go over before the next show.
That would actually be really good. Patreon content. Any listener out there, if you want to put together a PowerPoint presentation for us to use as content on our Patreon, we're happy to take it
We'll
from
take
you.
it. We do like free shit.
Yeah. You can email that to dave@tadpog.com. It'll work. It'll happen. We'll get it up there.
Speaking of, real quick, speaking of email, Brad wrote an email already for Batman Forever. However, there's some stuff
Batman Returns
about Dick Tracy in this email,
Oh,
and I feel like maybe now I can read it real quick.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
You might want to do the Beatty math trademark on the all calls.
The Beatty man.
It doesn't matter to me. You can leave it out of all calls in Batman Forever if you want. It's your show. Yeah, we know it's our show, but I'm reading it anyway. Beatty math trademark. He puts a little TM in parentheses. 12,000 women, no cap. Seems sus. If he started when he was 16, he wasn't even famous yet, and stopped when he married Annette Bening, which I doubt. Come on. This is an assumption. Maybe they have an open marriage. That would be 307 women a year. I mean, I guess that's possible. But at some point, where do you find a woman every single day of your life?
You go to orgies and knock out 12 at once.
Right there. Yeah.
It's a dozen.
Yeah.
If you're feeling frisky, to a baker's dozen. Before Bonnie and Clyde, which is a great fucking movie that I forgot to mention about Warren Beatty. That is an awesome fucking movie. Bonnie and Clyde, check it out. 4 stars. Wasn't say just check it out. And the sexual revolution in the early 1960s, he could just pull a babe every single day. In 1988, after Ishtar, put your commas in there. Brad, come on, man. After Ishtar, Warren Beatty could just walk into a diner every day and be like, "You're with me, toots." And that was it? I don't know, man. If you start when he became famous generously in 1961, when he got a Golden Globe nomination, the number goes up to 387 women a year. You put an exclamation point on that one. I suppose it could be a bell curve where where he was at 80 women in 1961, peaked in the mid-1970s at 2 per day, leveling off to 100 right before Annette. That seems possible. If you put aside the exhaustion of pulling and fornicating with 2 different women a day, every day for like 10 years, it would look like this. And he includes a spreadsheet. I'm not going to go through the spreadsheet, but there's also a bar graph, or like a line graph, where it peaks at about 1975, 76 at 700 women. And then after that, it says, I work from home. Anyway.
Joan Collins said he had to have it 7 times a day in order to stay faithful. So if he's having to find
He might have been doing it.
Find a
He might
port
have
to
been
dock
pulling it
in
down.
7 times a day.
Does he include a pie chart that's like Monica, 25%, Erica, 18%, Rita?
No pie chart.
No.
No Venn diagrams either. So then the email moves into the Batman Forever stuff, which we will do next week. So bye.